Okay. Oh yeah, that's right, we found the lava hellscape that is just way over leveled for us. I sound very energetic, but that's not your fault. I've been awake for like approximately 20 minutes. And I didn't sleep well last night. So low energy until the monster kicks in, and then I'll perk up. I'm not too worried. So if I recall correctly, we were hunting for some islands around this place to chart. We can just kind of keep that up. Rove's Party Island, the island where he parties, or the island where his party members live? I hear Rove's Party Island, and I think that's where he keeps his victims more so than anything. So my recollection is that they said that they were like a triangle around this place, but I don't think it's not these islands, because I mean we explored one of them, and then the other is Lava Doom. Can Rove even lift and carry his victims with his weak constitution? Physically, no. No, he would probably use magic of some sort for that, though, if I had to guess. Manifesto for Rove. Oh God, I don't even want to know. Hashtag no lives matter. Yeah. See, we got some supplies, got some ammo. All right. Speaking of which, some medical supplies. Okay. I mean, they're saying these islands are in a triangle. I'm not seeing them. We're just not seeing anything. Why is my house? What are you doing? What? There we go. Just a deformed triangle. I mean, it's like, is this? Because I guess like this island isn't named, but I don't imagine that they would immediately send me to Doom level. Would they? Where's my journal? Now this is saying that it's a 3 skull. Okay. So apparently we're just not ready for it. Good to know. Success is unlikely. It's only 3 levels higher. Only 3 levels. Failure is all but assured. I mean, okay. Except this one says it's 4 levels or higher. I don't know. I'm confused. How else can you become a famous sea captain when not doing 3 skull, 16 bone, 20 spleen islands? Yeah, I suppose. All right, let's. You find 2 crew members playing a game in the hold. Uh-oh. Are they playing Dungeons and Dragons? No. You're examining cargo in the hold, and the sound of whispers and muted laughter draws you deeper into the darkness. You round a stack of crates to find Arena and Iquick engaged in a round of Orland's Head. Arena salutes. Hello, Captain. We're putting down copper on Orland's Head, and if you're looking to join for a round... what's Orland's Head? You carve an Orland into the mast like so. Iquick grins, gesturing at the crudely rendered figure with comically large ear and a rabbit nose. Then you throw daggers at it. Each part is worth a different number of points on account of some being harder to hit than others. The nose, for example, is worth lots of points. Maybe next time. Maybe next time, I should say. I don't know, there's something to me that, like, when it comes to like a superior officer like that playing and wagering against their crew, you should kind of never do that. Maybe I walked into something and missed the actual doable quest. Well, I mean, even the main story quest is higher level than us. I think at this point we're expected to kind of just fuck around. I mean, Shadowed Vale, like, we've fought things higher level than us before and done okay. So I'm not opposed to poking around on Doom Islands. We can't, oh, do I have to go through... Do I have to go through the Hall of the Unseen? Or do we maybe have to go through Shadowed Vale here? The land here is jagged and barren, eerily quiet, with jagged hillocks plunging abruptly into the calm, clear seas. No birds fly above, and you've not spotted the first boar, rat, or lizard. By comparison, the camp ahead positively bustles. Horses are tied to stakes, a robed figure, cowl pulled over its head, sits upon a crate, and the scent of hearty stew wafts from a pot hanging over the small campfire. We'll just approach the camp. As you advance, the flaps of the two closer tents open, disgorging a lithe wood elf in Adiran finery, a bulky Omwa with cerulean skin, and one of the Savannah folk who levels a large crossbow at your heart. Not another step, stranger, he says. The elf smiles warmly at you, rather mixing the message. The robed figure within the camp makes no movement at all. We're not here to cause trouble. That's gonna be swell. The Adiran woman bows slightly at the waist, brown hair falling over her face in loose curls. In that case, who are we to keep you from our company? Please, join us by our fire. She gestures to the camp. The trio guide you among the tents. There seem too many for the few kith you see about. The elf graciously offers you a seat at the fire. The robed figure makes no apparent notice of your arrival. Their cowl casting their visage in an impenetrable shadow. We have soup, the Alma says. Stew, really. You're welcome to make use of our tents if you'd care to rest. I love that it's just attempt to steal from them. There's no immediate fireball option. Who is your hooded friend? Woman laughs heartily. Just that. Perhaps you should ask yourself. Yeah, we'll approach and look under the hood. You approach the figure, who makes no move. Each step you take closer, yet somehow also further away. The crossing seems to take minutes, and the campfire falls away in your periphery, yet you can't stop. Bending low, you peer up under the hood into the face within. A hairless face with pale gray skin, thin lips, a narrow nose, and no eye sockets at all. What in the name of whale is going on here? Nod and return to your seat. Don't bend low. Hila is nearby. Fair. Very dangerous. We'll nod and return to our seat. You settle back on your crate. The hooded figure pays you no further mind. It's a lot of tents. Where's the rest of your crew? The Savannah folk smirks. Around. They keep their eyes open, the elf says. The Elma nods. For danger, among other things. Do you know much about this chain of islands? Well, the Elma shakes his head and says very little. The Adiran grins and answers a thing or two. Why? Asks the dusky human. Let's see. The geography here is weird. The Adiran nods. Perhaps it has. A great cataclysm shook this Roman ages past. The Elma shakes his head, but there's not much we can tell you about it. Alright. We're just gonna leave. I don't trust these enough to eat their food and rest. They watch you go. When you next glance back, you see no tents, no plume of smoke, and no robed figure. No trace at all the camp was ever there. Ooh, spoopy. Oh, okay. So all this here is the Hall of the Unseen. Shit, that was apparently an encounter 2 levels ahead of it. Fey shit, yeah. I got nothing. Things be weird in the Deadfire. Oh my god, Hila. Or a drunk DM who can't. Yeah. After an arduous journey, you finally reach the center of the volcanic devastation. Before you is a broad-faced stone building rugged with age. The Eye of Whale, solitary and all-seeing, is emblazoned above the door. As you approach the door, though clearly made only of stone, you feel the burn of the eyes regard between your eyes. The door swings open without a sound and reveals a dark, narrow staircase winding down into the earth. We must go deeper! Okay. How bad could it be? Aloth, where's your torch? Aloth equipped. There we go.
I'm here, of course. I do rather enjoy puzzles.
That makes one of us Aloth. I hate puzzles.
I'll take care of this.
And now we're trapped. This reminds me of that puzzle in Star Wars Dark Forces, where you have to shift the doors up and down, and it's just this raging pain in the ass. There's no way we're gonna be able to pop this. Yeah.
What do you need? Uh-huh.
Alright, Adair, you know what must be done. All that for some mushrooms and a scroll of prayer.
That could have gone better. A quick rest would help if you don't mind.
I'm only mildly lit on fire and burning to death right now, but, you know, I'm okay. Where the hell am I supposed to go from here is my question. Hey Machiro, good to see you. Flo, also wonderful to see you. Gotta shout you guys out. Everybody go watch Flo. They're adorable. They're not streaming today, I don't think. I think we're doing a movie night instead. But retro variety VTuber, highly recommended, easy watch, very chill.
I'll take care of this.
Cute little eggplant, highly recommended. Always Flo, I will shill for you as often as I am able. Y'all have been great, and I want to give back however I can. How's it going? It's going. It's Pillars of Eternity. Game's chill. Very, very, very slow paced. I'm in an area that I probably shouldn't be given my party levels, but we're making it. Aww, you're a sweetheart, Flo. Thank you. Oh, there is a thing in here. Okay. There we go. I didn't even see that. That ringing sound, though, not a fan.
And Ishi.
God damn it, Hila.
Oh, I shall.
Alright, separate the party.
Hey.
These chests are just not at all worth looting.
Better. A quick rest would help. Hey.
Okay. Oh, now we have 2 of them.
Yeah? Uh-huh.
I am wondering if they're expecting me to split my party here. They may. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Barmaid for... Yeah, that's exactly it.
I could swear we've been this way before.
You hit that point where everything starts looking like experience points, and the commoners, they start worrying. Does it work in 3rd edition? In 3.x, no, I don't think it does work anymore. I think you eventually hit a point. It's been so long, but I believe you eventually hit a point where things aren't worth any experience. In Pathfinder, they're always worth experience, but as you get higher level, the XP requirements get so huge that killing a commoner for 200 experience points isn't really worth the effort. Of course, if you're 1 away, it doesn't matter, but... Okay, so this is doing something, but we have no idea what. You just need to... Yeah.
I shall.
You know, you want to murder an entire city. Okay, so it's not this one. How about this one? No. I wonder if it's... There was one... I skipped this one. I probably shouldn't have Swell doing this, but... No, okay. Hey, Poil, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. The pillaring is going okay. I'm in an area that is way higher level than my party, but they haven't thrown anything that wants to murder me in my general direction yet, so things are proceeding apace.
I'll take care of this.
I just have to figure out how to get this door open.
I'll handle this.
There's so many of these things all over the place in here. It's like... I'm trying to... I don't think I've missed any of them.
Hey.
Like the XP required per level in 5e saw a chart that made me question if the devs ever worked with numbers.
Of course.
Oh.
I'll take care of this.
Oh, is there one in... Oh, there's one right here that I just didn't notice. Oh no, apparently... What is this doing? This is doing something.
I'll handle this.
I hear something rumbling when I use that, but I don't know what. Unadded shit posting. Oh god. Oh god. What do we got? What the fuck? Why would they do that? I don't know. Like that to me makes no sense given that like it feels like they're just arbitrarily picking numbers for experience point requirements for next levels. Like even back in the day, like going back to like first edition and shit, there were at least like it was a progression. Like you're like, oh, the numbers are just doubling every level or whatever, but still it was something. Clearly, I am a genius. I don't know how I figured it out, but
I'm listening.
I'm smart. All right, now I need to get everybody in here. I don't know what I did there that made this thing open unless it was because I toggled this, but video games. All right, what do we got? The Eye of Whale.
Actually feels like
a scepter, and some other goodies. Yoink. Mine now. Oh, that's unfortunate. A shade and some specters. Oh, okay.
I wish I could.
All right, so but first, I want to look at this item because I think Aloth uses a scepter, doesn't he? No, he uses a rod. Alas. Well, what's this thing do? Superb quality, obfuscation, 10% chance to become invisible on scoring a critical hit, and a 5% chance to cast a random illusion spell on the target on scoring a hit. Really? Yeah, okay. Here you go, Aloth. Oh, it can't be changed in combat, but neat. That's a cool item. Now we need to find 4 monsters that cure a disease in the city. Pass. Pass.
That order's too tall.
Aloth, why? Aloth, why? Just get out of there, Aloth. Aloth. You. Video games. Okay, what's going on here? Why are these things bodying me? Because it's not showing them as being over leveled for us. They just happen to be beating my ass most effectively. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. It doesn't surprise me Adair's getting the shit kicked out of him because he's got 3 wounds on him because I'm being a lazy ass. All right, let's revive Aloth. Let's get the heals going. Found me from Zargon. Oh man, that's a pull.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. Well, welcome in. I hope you have a good time of it. Aloth, you need to stay out of melee, buddy. You're just having a time today, I'm afraid. There, you're not allowed to die, but you're probably going to. Let's try slowing these guys and see if that works.
We had some good times.
Monswell. Oh, wow, that lay on hands didn't do shit. Drink a healing potion. Oh, Aloth died again. I don't even know what killed him. Just terrible. Right here, everybody swap over this Spectre. Like, we need to start killing these dudes.
Yeah?
Stay behind me.
Yes, of course. Yes. Onward.
Let's do the healing light. Ever being enamored with it? But yeah. Where you see Jill 3, yes. Exactly that. Which, for me, that was a selling point, because I actually quite enjoyed Jill of the Jungle. So having some more of that was just kind of happiness-inducing in my case. I need to go back and play some more of the old, like old DOS platformers. I've gotten most of the big name ones. But there's always more. Accidentally ordered it back in the day. AOL Kid, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm here.
Right there with you.
I shall.
Alright, that's it. That's it. Not bad. Alright, let's immediately have a nap in the hell room here. And hey, fellow software engineer. Hell yeah. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I assure you, you are among friends and like-minded individuals here. I just leave. It would be nice if the one we hid in here just opened all the doors, and I dare say it did. Alright, I mean, this wasn't bad for... Oh, maybe not. This wasn't bad for a dungeon that was supposedly, you know, 4 levels higher than my party. Also a degenerate? Yeah, probably also that. Hobbyist OS developer, holy shit. Huge amount of respect for that. That's no joke. All right, what are we naming the island, chat? Lake Swell. Nice try, Ela. Poil beat ya. It's high level for another reason. We'll be here if we end up doing the DLCs. Oh, okay. And now we know we can't trust anything. Big yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. I just say, that's trouble right there. The Heaving Harlot. Goodness. The Heaving Harlot needs to fuck off. There we go. Could go on and on about how hot garbage Microsoft's GGI is. It's XP and loot. The problem is that of the ship-to-ship combat in this game, we have only won one fight. And it seems like the ships that we bump into, there's like no scaling. Sometimes they're... Like the last one we encountered was like 6 levels higher than us. It was like level 12 or something, and we're like what? We're 7th level. So to me, the ship-to-ship combat is something that is just outwardly to be avoided. Okay, so there's one. Let's go to the north a little bit. You don't like the GDI join nod? Oh my god, that is a nerdy-ass reference. I miss Command & Conquer. Admittedly, I stopped playing Command & Conquer at Red Alert, so I've missed a lot of Command & Conquer, but... fucking loved Command & Conquer back in the day. A subterranean temple. A Wapwa jungle. I don't know. Yes, I missed Red Alert too. I've seen the cutscenes and shit, though. I've seen the cutscenes, because how can you not? Yes, I miss the giant mind-controlled squids. Raid the temple and eat their Apaka ruins. Uh-oh. 2 crew members are arguing. Shouting from the deck pulls you roughly from your meditations. Alright, what's going on? You set aside your task and step onto the deck. Most of the crews gathered amidship in a rough fighting ring, each cheering or jeering one of 2 sailors among them. Fine ruckus, winner grapples with us, aye? Isilmir's mirth shines in Aloth's eyes. Bodil frowns at your appearance and gestures to the circle. Apologies for the distraction, Captain. Looks like Ikwick and Aura the Mad intend to have it out. Something about bunk assignments and Aura snoring like the mortar itself. Who was Aura? Was Aura the cannibal? No. He's an Amwa. I don't remember this guy. I think we picked him up last time, though. We'll approach the circle. You push your way through the crowd, the air heavy with the scent of sweat and seawater. Come to see the action, Captain, Venezia asks. You want to put money on it? Mine's on the ugly one. I'll let you guess who that is. The sailor laughs uproariously at the joke. We can solve this with Fireball. Lay them on deck and use their skin to repair the sails. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Red Alert had amazing music. Amazing music. That's old Frank Klepacki jams. You know, we're gonna magic them. Aloth is gonna fireball. We literally can fireball. With a wave of his hand, Aloth releases a spell that sends the sailors sprawling. Hylea's feathered tits, Captain. Aura the Mad rises from the deck, wincing. I didn't think we'd had earned that, but I understand. It won't happen again, I promise. The crew breaks apart, giving you wider than normal berth. Only Eld Engrim nods to you with a wan smile. The crew keep their voices low for the reminder of the day. Man & Conquer, Lands of Lore. Yeah, Frank Klepacki is probably my favorite video game composer. I wish he had done more stuff in the vein of Lands of Lore. I fucking adore that game's soundtrack. Yeah, our morale is hurting because I don't feed these people anything worth anything. They get like hardtack. It's hardtack and water, so they're being whiny bitches about everything. I suppose I could throw some ale and like fruit in there. And then if you realign this there, now they'll start eating things that make them a little bit less supremely butthurt about everything. But I'm cheap and refuse to buy them things that are actually good. I buy water and hardtack because it's cheap. The farming fields surrounding this village are barren and sun-baked. Its small orchard of koiki trees is dry, their fruit shriveled like raisins. As you approach the village, you find it empty, a fine dust having long settled on every surface. We'll search. A ring of minor deflection, and that's it. Okay. Well, that was certainly an island. Fresh fruit which will never get eaten because we always buy hardtack. Damn right! See, we even just found more water. Wonderful. All right, +2 deflection. Does anybody have ring slots? Yes. There we go. And I also want Aloth to use this. Can we do anything with it? Oh, yes, we can. Form Phantasmic. +2 to all illusions. Grants Form Phantasmic. Casts a random defensive illusion when the caster becomes bloodied. Lidless Gaze. Petrifying or terrifying enemies. Good God. And then Shrouded Strike. This, like, if we had an illusionist, this would be an amazing item. We obviously, Aloth is more evocation than illusion, but still, you know, it's an upgrade. Alright, so this is not one of the islands we were hunting for, sadly. The Island of Disappointment, yes. Missing out on people being murdered by Poison Tea, a German guy wanting to send the ships up the river. And whatever was going on with Kane, oh my god. Wait, but seriously though, where are these other islands? Let's come down here. Maybe it's down here. Oh no.
I live again.
Man, Blood was so fucking good. No, go away, leave me alone. I'm just a little shitty baby. Jesus. Okay. The Valiant Trench. Alright. I'm just kind of mowing the map here at this point because I don't know where we're expected to go, but... Ooh, a derelict ship. A knock at your cabin door interrupts your reading. Ikwick stands outside, looking like someone who's just lost a bet. Captain, you'd best come topside. There's a ship on the horizon. Looks derelict. It leads you up to the forecastle where a small gaggle of hands have gathered. Flying at a holy symbol, Eld Engrim points towards port. It's a bad omen, Captain. We should give them over to the Lady of Lament or there'll be trouble. Mark my words. Chittapek chuckles. We don't even know if they're dead, much less what fills their holds, and you want to sink them. The ship in question lists upon the waves, its sails pulled in. Topping the mast is a green flag, the symbol of a ship carrying disease. You see no movement on its deck. Ooh. Let's ask our surgeon what's going on. Your thoughts, Shield Sister Dahlia? No one is signaled. Anyone on that ship is likely beyond help. That ship is a hazard, Captain. And not just to any who come across it. Not to tell you your business, but I'd advise sinking it before someone gets it in their head to board it. I mean... okay. I love that we're just like, I'm going aboard. Alright, yeah, we're gonna sink it. No, we just got a captain's rank for that, and a Chivo. Eld Engrim chants an Andrite dirge while the cannoneers ready the guns. As their song rises in volume, Chat fires a volley that hits the derelict right at the waterline. After the ship has vanished into the depths, the crew return to their duties with quiet conviviality. Alright, bunch of people ranked up. And we got 7 morale. Curse you, chat. Yeah. Yeah, Rue chat. Those fuckers. So what does leveling up do? They're just seasoned now. And our captain's rank went up, which also means something, I suppose, but I don't know what. There it is.
I hereby vow you will rue this day.
You hear a knock at the door to your quarters. An unexpectedly cold wind blows across the deck of the ship. Even after several hours, it has not abated. Eldengrim sheepishly knocks at your cabin door. When he enters, his skin is pale and his brow dotted with beads of sweat. Begging your pardon, Captain, but this is an ill wind sent by Andra. We've sailed too long without offering her tribute. She'd sure punish us if we don't give her what she's due. He tilts his head toward the hatch, beckoning you to follow him on deck. Ceremoniously toss 1,000... Yeah, okay, fine. We'll toss some coin over. You head above deck with a chest of coins and gather your crew around as you stand on the ship's edge. With a brief exhortation to Andre, you pour the money overboard. The members of your crew nod and sing a short shanty, which celebrates Andra's mercy. As they work, Eldengrim gives you a word of thanks for honoring the goddess. Alright. By the next day, the winds have subsided, and the crew is glad that the Lady of Lament appears to have been placated by your donation to the seafloor. Alright, so we just picked up like another 10 morale there. People are still butthurt, but not as supremely so. Like, our definition of, like, these islands are in a triangle around this other island differs game. Oh, they're singing their shanties again. Hey!
We quite like to sail the ocean, so we're building a big boat to leave here for good. We're not keen on sinking, so we're all sitting here thinking, cause we built it too big and we've run out of wood. Idly, we simply can't leave till we get some more wood.
Damn right. Thank you, Kibitz. Two of your crew members are playing a game in the... Are they doing the same fucking thing that they did? Yes, they are. Okay, maybe next time. Completely disinterested. Do we have to go here and then there? Is this what they're talking? It probably is. Alright, what's in the Wapwa jungle? Aside from a quick save for cowardice. The area is above our level and will be a significant challenge. But hurt from shitting hardtack for 8 days. The fetid, sweltering jungle looms above and around you. The thick canopy captures the heat. Sweat clings to your nostrils and drips from your chin. Nothing seems to move at all in the world, save you. Your companion's complaints fell silent hours ago. You pause beside a broad, stagnant waterway and are refilling your skins when you hear movement in the wilds ahead of you. A trio of kith step from the trees and into the water. Their torn, filthy robes billowing in the water. Alright, that's kind of an awkwardly written sentence. They pause near the center of the creek. The central figure, a beatific Savannah folk, smiles up at you. Swell, water of Cadnua. He raises his palms to you. We mean you no harm. Indeed, we awaited you here because we have a... He glances towards the others traveling with you. He bows his head slightly. We offer a proposal if you would step aside with us to hear it. Alright, I'm listening. The man lowers his voice. There exists a place hidden among these wilds, an old place watched by the quiet slave for one willing to make a sacrifice. A true sacrifice, says the woman at his side as she nods towards your companions. Such devotion shall be rewarded by him in turn. Oh my god, they want us to sacrifice someone. Hey, Hiram, welcome. Good to see you. Let me offer a counter proposal. Die. I'd never do that. The woman smirks. So be it, then you will not see us again. Watch as you will. The central man bows his head slightly and the trio back away. They fade into the jungle. Always sacrifice? No! I'm not gonna sacrifice a Dare or a Loth to this. Maybe the Ranger, I guess, because they're just a Ranger, but... At least they didn't get violent. We could have gotten violent. We just chose not to. After traipsing through a barren desert for several hours, you come upon an Angwithan ruin in the center of a clearing. As you near, you realize the door to the ruin's entrance is emblazoned with the broken crown of Wodica. It swings open at your approach, and you immediately feel an oppressive presence butting against your mind. It tests your mental defenses, searching for a gap to exploit. Then, just as quickly as it arrived, it's gone. Oh boy. Hey, little good to see you, welcome. Exactly, Male knows. There was no fireball option. I theoretically probably could have fireballed them if I picked the fight, but...
What did you find, Ishi?
That's unfortunate. I'm sure we can. Yeah. There's no way. We'll just have to avoid that. Potion of moderate healing. Okay, all right. So one thing that I wish this game did was when you, like if I told these characters to move here, they're gonna walk right through this trap. I wish that once you had spotted a trap, it would keep your party members from walking on it unless you like specifically click in the trap or something. I don't know. Oh, what in the fuck is that? Golfarier? Beneficial effects, exalted charge. What, you're a paladin? Oh no, everybody back up. Everybody back up. We don't know. Arn Frida. Oh, is this like... This is like a group of adventurers, I think. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and get the healing bubble down. Aloth, why are you always in the front, you elven shit? Mirror image yourself. Because I know what's coming, and it's gonna be bullshit, because there's no way you're gonna be able to disengage. Yeah, that's what I figured. Alright. Some of the tentacles. Gold leaf. Devotions of the Faithful. Get some buffs running. Dare. Do your shield charge. Swell. Do your Fuego on a dare. Ranger. Knock this asshole prone. Maybe. Oh, what is... Oh, we've got a werewolf in here. I was not expecting that. Alright, tentacles have happened. Gold leaf getting bodied. Majorly unfortunate there. She is not meant to be tanking the world.
That's it. Yes.
Okay, let's try to maybe slow these guys. A dare. Just chain stunning them by having a dare charging back and forth. Seems to be working pretty well here. How are we looking? We're looking okay. We're doing okay. I'm not feeling too uncomfortable about things right here. Not yet anyways. I want a fireball, but this is just not the place for it, I don't think.
Onward. Lava. Beyond seek. This is futile.
Spot on.
Not to alarm you, but I'm slowly dying of poison.
The dare, you're fine. Quit being a wussy baby. Oh, but also heal him just to be safe. We don't have any more of our like good stuff left for healing here. This guy's almost dead. All right, there we go. All right. Oh, Adair went down. That's okay. Oh, gibbed. Adair's back up. Place it can't. It could be fireballed. The problem is purely. Excuse me. The problem is purely hitting my party members.
As you wish. Yes.
Yeah, there we go. That wasn't too bad, all things considered. Looks like, ooh, plate armor. I think that's probably gonna be an upgrade for Swell. We have some hard attack, and we have a journal. The new year has come, the time for reflection beginning and ending. Here I am, an aged man of 60 years, retired from the services of the Steel Garrote. I have no family of which to speak, no tethers bind me to this life, but those that bind me to my brothers in the order. In the tradition of the new year, I wonder, will I spend my twilight years in swift decline, waiting only to feel the Paladin's touch upon my cheek? No, for decades, veterans of the Garrote have traded tales of a legendary mace said to be blessed by Woedica herself. What I would give to behold but one thing touched by the hands of the exiled queen. I will embark on my final quest. I will gather my brothers, find the mace, and with it, a pride that will buoy me to my end days. So be it. Long have we journeyed, my brothers and I. I begin to wonder now if it was a fool's errand. An old man thus gasp at the glory of boyhood tales. We left a deer in good spirits on a boat bound for the Deadfire. Excuse me. Our good cheer has fled, yet we are still on this cursed boat. Were the legends a lie? Cud for old soldiers to chew, fodder for talk of remember when and the good old days. I wake in the night thinking I have heard the sound of Weimer's familiar drunken stumble into the barracks, but it's only the groan of the ship, or a deck door swung open and slamming in the wind. I miss the comfort of the Garrote's lair. A roaring fire, strong beer, a tale or two among friends. Will I ever know those comforts again? The tide has turned in our favor. Ulfric muscled a tip from a skittish fisher boy in port. There's an ancient shrine on a nearby island, the boy said, and none from his town venture within 100 yards of it. Expecting little more than a benighted ruin, we dropped anchor just off the coast and rowed ashore, and what should we find but a shrine dedicated to the queen that was and her mace of legend. The mace itself is exquisite, a marvel of craftsmanship. It will look magnificent above the mantle in the Garrote's hideaway. Ah, how my eyes burn to imagine the tales they will tell of us. We have decided to rest here for the night and feast on our remaining hardtack and jerky. Tomorrow we begin our journey home. Surely Woedica herself guides our path. I cannot remember the last time I have slept so well. Not on the boat, not in the barracks, not even in my own bed as a boy. Perhaps it is the presence of the shrine that soothes me. Indeed, these past few hours I have known only the peace a man might find in communion with his God. My brothers and I have decided to remain here for another night. We are old and we are weary, and we all find comfort in the presence of the exiled queen. This is a safe place. Certainly we will find no trouble here. Yeah, there's something afoot. Alright, so Fine Brigandine is 10, 6, 6, and 65%. Or 55%. It's the exact same, but how does it look? Oh. But it doesn't match with his helmet, so we can't. Dang it. Alright, well, we have plate mail. I guess that's going on to Goldleaf then. There we go. Look at that! She's like a little paladin. It's adorable. And we gained some levels, which is always exciting. Oh boy, more abilities. Increase the paladin's maximum zeal. That might be useful. I think that's what we're gonna grab. And a weapon proficiency. I'm gonna give him maces, actually. Just in case this mace in here is, like, decent. Even though he's got the Watcher's sword or whatever. Alright, Adair, you get explosives, you get survival. No, I'm gonna give you streetwise, I think. I don't know. What exactly is concentration? Prevents interrupts. Nah. Bonus defense against afflictions. Dual wielding. I think I'm actually going to give him resistance to resolve afflictions. Some fear immunity there. Hitting your party members is a sacrifice you're willing to make. I mean, that's fair, but at the same time, no, I don't have any argument against that. Yeah, no, that's fair. We'll give Adair Morningstar proficiency, I guess. There's really not a whole lot I want to do with him. He has two-handed swords. That's where I wanted him, so... I don't know. Alright, an exceptional robe, an emerald. Go ahead and save here. Everybody in. What horse shit's going on in this... in this hell place.
Sorry, friend.
The cave-in has rendered this doorway impassable. Okay, so there's the mace. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, corpses. Alright, what is this? The statue of Voida bears an exquisite mace in its hands. A presence in the mace reaches out to touch your mind. The presence you first encountered when you entered the ruins. Let's examine the mace. The mace's leather-wrapped hilt is curiously untouched by age. Its head is fashioned from a dark metal and radiates a cruel and biting cold. Once again, the presence reaches for you, grasping at your minds with claws sharp and relentless as a bird of praise. They had such a good rest they stayed for exactly. Examine the statue. Statue stone is dappled with rot and riven with age. It must have been placed here long ago. Do we grab the mace, chat? Are we gonna make the bad choice? I feel as though we probably are because you bastards know that it's going to make me suffer. A good night's sleep is in fact wonderful, and I could use a good night's sleep, honestly. Oh, I really could. We wants it. Alright. Let me just take my meds here real quick. Whatever happens will be amazing. Time to mace the consequences. Chat, I wonder about you guys. I really, really do. But okay, we'll grab the mace. You find the mace painfully cold to the touch. The presence inhabiting probes it at the edge of your mind, searching for cracks in the mental defenses. We're gonna close off our mind. You attempt to steel yourself against the presence of the mace, but it won't be deterred. It latches into your mind like a leech. The mace floods you with the desire to remain near the statue and protect it, even at the cost of your life. We take it. Try as you might, the mace is unable to compel you to stay in the ruins. You lift from the statue with no consequences. Damn right. The Magistrate's Cudgel. Let's see what we got. Exceptional, and it judges. Marked for 30 seconds on scoring a hit, plus 10 accuracy against targets affected by the judge effects. Binds with a cipher, a fighter, or a monk. Bind this item to unlock the next level. Ooh. So the problem is the only fighter we have in our party is Adair. And this is one-handed. So it's just going to sit in our inventory unused. Find possibly sentient weapon. Into the vaults it goes, never to be seen again. Cypher was the weird bard. I believe so, yes. Good job, Aloth. Good job walking into the trap. Stupid ass. Alright. Yeah, everybody can have some pork. Except for Aloth, he gets kith meat. No, it lowers his intelligence, never mind. I was gonna make a joke about everybody gets pork except for Aloth, who gets long pork, but... No, not allowed fun things. Alright, I mean, that wasn't too bad. What are we naming the island, chat? What are we naming the island? Surely it's going to be something Normal. The Isle of Disappointment. Alright. There we go. Alright. I don't know how many there are. Does it tell me? Three islands, okay. So then the next one might be this one, except we already explored this one, unless I missed something on this guy, which we very well could have. Did I miss something here? No. Okay. Mortar's Wrath. I'm just doing it for the experience points. Okay, but seriously though, like, triangle. Oh no. Oh no. Why is every ship faster than me? Good God. I feel like it has to be this island. That's the temple. I don't even know. I mean, the subterranean temple's where we just were. Oh, knock at the door of our quarters. We got, lulled by the soft rocking of the ship, you hover on the edge of drowsing when a light knock at your door rouses you to full consciousness. You open the door to find Oswald smiling at you from beneath rum-dimmed eyes, the aura of grog clinging to the sailors nearly enough to get you drunk by breathing. Hello there, Captain. I thought you might enjoy a little company in your bunk, if you know what I mean. Oswald's fingers played suggestively at the buckle of the sodden sailor's belt. Get your ugly ass out of my cabin. This is swell, though. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested. The mariner nods. Understood, I won't bother you again. You close the door and return to your desk. What the fuck, man? Oh, I mean, he was drunk. I was gonna say, like, let's just go in and just be like, hey, Captain, you want a sword fight? Time and a place, man. Oh, I wonder if it's this? Except that's like... I don't know. The heroic pickup line, right? Like, you don't just do that. You gotta get a rapport. That'd be like me, you know, I don't even know. I mean, I do know, but I'm not gonna say. The fetid vegetal smell of good word. The fetid vegetal smell of decay alerts you to the swamp before you stumble upon it. It extends far into the distance, overgrown with ancient trees and vines. Solid patches of ground are few and far between. Crossing the morass will likely demand many miles of arduous travel. Alright, well, we're gonna forge ahead. With patience and some careful maneuvering, you manage to keep yourself and the others out of the stinking morass and on dry ground. You come upon a particularly boggy stretch surrounded by dense trees with not a single patch of dry ground in sight. With no way forward but through, you forge ahead into the bog. 5 hours passed. Okay. You're startled by a chorus of moaning voices. You spin around searching for the source, but the moans seem to come from every direction at once. Oh no. Through the trees, you spot a narrow deer trail. You may be able to get free of the bog that way, but there's no telling where it leads. Rusalkas? Yeah, that's what I could think too. Swamp hags? Who knows? It's probably those evil dryad things. We're gonna stand our ground. You'd rather make your stand here and deal with whatever lurks in this bog than risk a path that leads you know not where. Take it easy, Kibitz. Thanks for swinging by. I hope you rest well. You'll be pleased to know that vegetal is an actual adjective. Nice.
Finish them!
My god. Rotghasts. And skeletons. Oh, okay. I mean, this doesn't look too harrowing at first glance. Of course, Aloth is immediately engaged with bullshit, which needs to not be the case. Okay, the skeletons are just a non-issue. The Rotghasts also appear to be a This is what happens when we fight level-appropriate enemies, by the way. They have to be at least 4 levels higher than my party for the fights to be a challenge.
Might as well be hitting the water.
Perfect.
You got this, Swell. You got this. Go, Swell, go. 5 hours of combat later.
Hey.
Derek, go help Swell. Boy's damage is just lacking.
As you wish.
Damn it.
Adair, stop getting in there. Aloth, stop getting into melee. No. Do not. Here we go. Rotghast Ravager. Now we're getting some more dangerous enemies. It looks like Goldleaf is just tanking the fucking world. Adair, do another charge. Skeletal Sorcerer, I say thee nay. So the first wave, they get harder and harder until you fight a legendary bog dragon zombie. That would be badass as fuck, though, man. I would be all over that.
Leave it to me.
And I know they do dragons because we had dragons in the first game. I remember being horrified by them. These things are grody looking, though, I have to say. I love them. They remind me of, with the, God, I don't even remember which Reaper Bones Kickstarter it was. There was a couple of years back. I say a couple, so it was probably like, 2003 or something. There's these like pirate zombies that have like lampreys like snaking through their bodies, and they have like a bunch of open wounds and shit, and they're very gross looking, and that's what these things remind me of. All right, more levels. Very exciting. Spellcaster levels are always interesting to me because that's where the good stuff is. I'm gonna give Goldleaf spell shaping, I think. And weapon-wise, we'll give her flails. All right, the ranger. Ranger is complicated. We'll give brutal takedown so that the knockdown hopefully works a little bit more effectively. Okay, so she's good with Arquebus. We give her, I'm gonna give her pistols as well. Aloth. I don't know what we're gonna do with Aloth. Do I give him spell shaping as well? I think I'm gonna give Aloth spell shaping as well. So that we can like more reliably fireball. A lovely name for this island. Bavarian, Austrian. Oh my goodness, that is a good. Yeah, we'll go with that. Assuming that you're being honest, which I don't know if I trust you, Ela. Ela the duplicitous gaming cat. But we'll see. Maybe chaotic evil, but I am honest. Fair enough. All right, we find a ruined tower. Let's search it. Some gold. We find some flint and tinder. Oh, we find a grimoire. Hell yeah. What is that? Ray of fire, bounding missiles, arcane dampener, essential phantom. This doesn't appear to be too interesting to me. That having been said, it's still going to go into Aloth's inventory. Oh, that's interesting. You can actually have grimoires as quick items. That's good to know. All right, and then we have some catacombs. A lush, narrow valley lies before you. You spot an overgrown stone structure built into the valley's side in the distance. Before the structure spreads a broad field peppered with ancient plinths and mounds of cracked stonework. As you move closer, you discover that the stone structure is actually the entrance to a crypt. Though the doorway is thick with mud and as damp as sweat-slick skin, you continue down into the dark. Unlike the non-essential, exactly. The essential phantom will be told that it's a hero and then discarded after the pandemic, whereas the non-essential phantom is expected to die for its country because of poor leadership. Revenant Ogre. Alright. And a Vampire. What the fuck is a Vampire? Oh my god. I assume that's supposed to be like this game's version of vampires. Death Guard, Fanatic. Okay, so enemies are... We're getting some stuff here. Let's, So how... Oh yeah, wow, we can really... It's all ogre now, exactly. Let's wait for this to... Oh yeah, being able to shape these spells is gonna be good. Yes. All right, we're apparently just aggroing the entire... Oh, that's unfortunate. We're just aggroing the entire crypt all in one go here.
It's beyond me.
See that, Ichi?
I'll leave Aloth alone. He's terrible. We summon ads. We summon ads.
Looks like I'm here to stay.
Our number is diminishing. Hey, watch it with that.
Oh, she's gonna go down. And her dog or her bird died. Rip. Okay. Further fuego, please. No. Can I get all of them? I can. Gold leaf. Get more healing. Gold leaf, you botched your healing. That's unfortunate.
That looks complicated.
Okay, Adair's... I was wondering where Adair was.
Our number is diminishing. I'm feeling...
Yeah, this is going mildly pear-shaped, and by mildly I mean completely. All right, Swell, this is all you.
I'm afraid.
I mean, I guess to a lesser extent Adair, but... Yeah, I don't think Swell can handle, like, half a dozen things on his own. Sound like Games Workshop trying to use copyright names. Yeah, they do that. All right, let's. That was interesting. It very much felt like we just aggroed the entire crypt all at once there.
Pure
Don't see why
garbage. Looks like.
Let's see if we can maybe not do that.
Hey. Hmm?
Finish them!
No, we wait.
Don't see
Everybody
why not.
waits. Cause like it's fine until like 30 more things come in. Hey, Noel, good to see ya. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna shout you out here really quick. Mild is fun, very chill, easy to listen to. Mostly art streams, if that's your jam. But they do some other stuff. They did a visual novel stream the other day that was fucking hilarious. Highly recommended. So why did I aggro everything the first time? I'm doing okay, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. Always.
Of course. Take a go. Over there.
Huh?
Looks like trouble.
Maybe they were just wanderers.
Hey. Yeah?
I love it that they trigger their own traps. It makes me so happy. Whoa, okay, vampires can apparently teleport. That's
Tell me.
rather irksome.
Oh?
Do I want to get... I'm gonna hold off on the tentacles for now. No, maybe I need to get the tentacles going, because otherwise our ranger's going to die. Currently eating breakfast as the sun is approaching the horizon. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sounds like a good time.
Sorry, friend. Can't. Bye.
Yeah, okay. Just lobbing the fireballs. Trying not to die. Where is Adair at? Where's Goldleaf? Goldleaf, get some more healing going. Oh, Swell is taking damage. What is this life? Oh, it's that thing doing it. I was gonna say, where's all this damage coming from? But no, there's nastiness in this group. I feel like when we kill these, God, what was it? I think the vampires, when they go down, they spawn shades, which are actually quite dangerous. Maybe that's why we got bodied so bad last time. Okay, what I want to do now, I want to revive. I want to revive the ranger. Dare charge. Okay, Ranger's up. I need to get her out of melee.
Not a problem, Captain.
I have a plan. I'm gonna revive the Ranger and I'm gonna summon ads. Daryl will get back onto his feet here momentarily. I'm gonna do Guan's Pledge for healing. Assuming he can survive.
Tell me.
Holding my guts
Okay.
in, Captain.
Alright. Things are going. Let's get some healing out. Undead's so arrogant they throw shade at you before they're terrible. Terrible. Bad. There are no dying.
I'm here.
That's it.
I'm listening.
Oh, her bird died. I was gonna say, revive your companion. Make your companion knock this guy down. Hello, airport noises. You may go now. There we go. That was a hell of a fight. Holy shit. Ooh, Reckless Brigandine. What do we have here? Go Not Quietly. Plus 5% action speed in melee. Plus 1 enemies engaged. Plus 2 armor rating. This is actually some really good armor. And we can further enchant it into the Breach. Melee weapon damage increases as the wearer loses health. Armor rating increases as the wearer loses health. And then Seeing Red. Plus 1 health per 3 seconds for 9 seconds when critically hit. Healing increases as wearer loses health. I'm not huge on effects that require you to be dying for them to proc, but downloaded the VOD of that stream, so you're going to be making a compilation of every time Flo said, what? Yes. Glorious. Flo needs that what redeem. It was friggin' hilarious that character's just entire personality. It's the whole, it reminds me of, I've talked about it previously, like the Metal Gear Solid thing, where Solid Snake's methodology of questioning anyone is basically just repeating what they said back to them, and they just feed him more and more information. And that was just Flo's entire character. Nanomachines? Metal Gear? Well, that's evil.
See that, Ishi?
That needs to die.
What have we here?
Flo picked that character to voice all by himself. I mean, hey, sometimes things just work out perfectly. Now I've got to go back because I only caught like maybe the last, I don't know, hour or so of the stream, I think. I want to watch the first bits of it because what I saw was hilarious. And y'all were having a good time too. Like, and that makes it more fun as well. Because everybody was just like laughing and, you know, making fun of it and stuff. And that's great. It's, you know, a bunch of friends hanging out, taking the piss out of video games being weird. Good stuff. Good stuff. I need Scissors 61. Good lord. All right, where's Ela's weird name at? Where is it? Please let me just copy paste this. Oh, thank Christ. There we go. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. But boy howdy, it's there. Okay, so this is it. This is it. So now, oh no, that's our boat. Aha! So now we go back to Neketaka. As I clear my throat.
Welcome back, welcome back. It is a pleasure to see you once again. Tell me, how is the sailing? Smooth? Nothing to delay your expedition, I hope. How might I assist you? I could not have hoped for a better partner in this endeavor. Your well-deserved pay, of course. Why stop here? We're making good headway, and you've certainly proven yourself. I'm sending you far out west this time, past Port Mage, past the Wakara Reef, and even the Kangati Islands. Nobody's been out that way in ages. All manner of dark stories. I'm sure you'll be fine. I'll be waiting.
Is my oh weird. Oh, that's because I was yeah, I'm sorry. That's because I coughed. Ah, thank you for letting me know. The whole time, well, you didn't miss anything. I mean, we were just talking with an NPC. For an hour. Oh, that's horse shit. Nice try. A for effort. But I don't think I had my mic muted when I talked about like Noelle and the neon signs on her on her stream, because like they looked fucking good. Top shelf, etc., etc. We just imagined what you said and reacted accordingly. That's some fucking wizardry.
Looking for
Must
anything?
be nice. Oh look, we can buy magical things. Launches a cone that can knock back and stun things. No, like I think that they were like that's a very clever way to do things. It gave that stream such a mood. I fucking love it. Do Ouija board since I'm good. Oh my god. Terrible. You gotta be like Flo, it's not Ghost LPs anymore, now it's Ghost Lips. Hear about the featherly flying creature with too much stuff they had to do? They were overburdened. Oh. Oh, the puns begin again. Ghost Lips, you want to smooch us? No, I don't want to smooch you. No. God, no. I'd smooch Flo. He sounds cute. He has a cute voice. I mean, depths, of course. But that's its own thing. I wish they had, like, some crazy-ass weapons or something we could buy. Alas, it's mostly just... No, do not sell the artifact evil mace that's probably going to possess the people that we sell it to. Bad idea, Ghost. Okay. We're just kind of taking the same procedure here as we did in the first game, where I'm keeping anything that's yellow and everything else I'm just vendoring it because I just don't care. And I mean, we'll hold on to like potions of healing and stuff, but that's gonna be about it. And we'll hold on to antidotes and like bombs. So on the ship sunbathing, Goldleaf is like, what you doing? And he says, getting my daily dose of vitamins. Then Goldleaf throws him overboard in his plate. Yes. Yes, 100%. Also, that's fucking terrible. Did not see that coming. Oh my god. Chat, why do you hurt me? I actually would like to just leave. I know there's an area transition over here. You did find a decent USB thermometer you could use. You might get that on stream temperature working. Oh, hell yeah. There you go. We could buy a bigger boat. And we can actually almost buy a bigger boat. How is it that sails cost almost as much as an entire fucking boat? I like big boats. I am 100% a boat man. You like, I wish you could see their like the gear slots for the ships, unless all of the ships have the same gear slots. Ah, Apple sales, that'll do it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna save money, and if we're gonna upgrade, I don't want to just jump to a Voyager, because like we're so close to being able to get a Dow. And then we'll eventually need to hire more crew and stuff. Alright. Yeah, I don't really care about any of these other guys. Alright, cool. I don't suppose we can go to the metalwork? I think the metalworker was a weaponsmith in here. And I know there's that one dude that sells like rare shit. Welcome back, Zico. You could get them cheaper if they're no.
If you need iron or steel, maybe even something lighter, I've got plenty in stock.
Oh, that's right. We can upgrade our items into that great sword here. We also have Queen's Rule, which doesn't really seem too interesting to me. Lover's Embrace is a dagger. I did not mean to exit out of that. All right, I'm gonna save.
If you need iron or
and let's see what these things turn
Nakira,
into.
When you swing this beauty, you must make sure to tell your foes that Mahiri sent you.
I just want to see what this
Whispers
is.
of the endless paths.
Oh, ZZCo. Okay,
and gloomful
I can do
weapon,
that.
I say. May it chop your enemies into fine pieces for the delight of Tongaloa.
All right, what is this? Whispers of the Endless Paths. Damage shit. Oh, it's because it's Aloth and he's weak. Okay, its damage is also still bad. Okay. Two-handed attacks in a cone. It has increased reach. Huh. So it's got range 1.3. Good lord, airport. Good lord. So it has 30% extra reach on it, but the damage, it's like half the damage of his just regular greatsword. On launch, it was overpowered due to its cone ability. Yeah, I see that. Being able to damage like a bunch of enemies would be nice. It is an AoE. I don't know, what can we enchant this thing? Heavy Blade. Spinning Assault. Or Run Through. Kills a target, knocking them down and making them bleed. And then strikes all nearby targets. I'll never remember to do that. Plus 2% recovery time. Ooh, minus 2% recovery time. Stacking 10 times. That's pretty good. And then offensive parry. Deflection against melee weapons. Counterattack enemies when missed in melee. Really? You're Tolkien and you're good. God, Noelle, that's actually clever, but also damn. I think I'm gonna give this thing an offensive parry. Well, now we're broke again. We'll see how this works. That is a big damn sword. That's like a proper one, like a Zweihander. You even got like the leather wrapped grip for short swording it. Nice. All right, cool. Upgrades get. Now let us leave and never speak of this place again.
He does do that with his hands.
Want to know how he gets it out of the back sheath?
It's belly book that scares the lad. Or maybe 'tis notch in his wee finger.
I mean, the sheath, it looked like only went up like maybe like a third of the blade's length, so you'd be able to whip it out. I was happy to join a new community because you can rerun your entire 3 year of saved puns and jokes. I respect that, but also that tells me what I have in store, and that scares me. All right, so where are we going for the main quest? Hasongo. Can be found to the west of Nekataka. There is Hasongo. All right. The city seems fair, but something shifts on the horizon. The Deadfire Sea is calm, and chat cuts smoothly across its surface, gulls trailing in the craft's wake. At the wheel, Bodil whistles quietly to himself. Arena and Ikwick stand near the starboard rail, quietly discussing the safest course to your destination. Chat creaks as it crosses the waves. We're gonna enjoy the fine weather. A breeze tugs at your clothes as the salt-laced air shifts. A long gray line stretches across the horizon. It seems to shimmer like the air on a hot day. Arena's nose wrinkles as the sailor stares into the distance. No storm that. Too low and growing too fast. A quiet rumble rolls across the sea as the line grows. A massive swell of water barreling towards chat. Oh, that's not good. I don't think we're big enough to go straight over that way. Let's celebrate. Oh. Right to be scared of incoming lightning strikes of jokes when you hear the punder. Man. That's clever, but also my head hurts. Keep at an angle to that big bastard. Don't let it roll us. Despite the crew's efforts, the wave continues to rise to one side of the ship, even as it vanishes from the other. The deck's angle moves ever nearer vertical. Whether the ship breaks through the wave or the wave breaks over it, the result is the same. Thousands of gallons of water slamming across the hull with wood-rending force. Oh, just some damage. Okay. The swell moves past, leaving the sea heaving its wake. As chat steadies, you regain your feet and take stock of the damage. Bodil clings to the wheel like it might fly away. What in good God's name was that? Arena groans from behind a cargo crate that pinned the poor sailor against the hull. The crew moves to bind the mariner's wounds. Arena was injured. Ikwick frowns out across the calming sea. Came from the southeastern Deadfire, Captain. Around Tikawara, if I had to guess. Or the Black Isles. Maybe there was an eruption or a quake or something. Alright. Chat sails on. Ghost just bans his whole chat and starts over. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, Hila. Now, I feel you on that, Noelle, absolutely. Like, that is, to me, one of the most attractive things. One of the things that I find most attractive about people is people that are, like, quick-witted. Because, yeah, it makes just even casual conversation, like, a good time. Okay, so we found Hasongo. I guess we might as well wing in and see what's going on. Next I will be white, let's play. Exactly! We're back. And whiter than ever. I visited this place.
A crop of new sailors.
Oh. We actually had voice acting for that. Maya surveys the wreckage of Hasongo, betraying no clear emotion.
Guess the sharpshooting lesson was wasted. Should have spent that time talking about home.
I mean, what are bullets gonna do against the god? Know anything about this place that could help us?
I didn't stay long. We sailed north for target practice, then circled back.
Walter White, a necromancer. Oy. Maya frowns, tapping her foot until Ishiza comes closer.
Should have kept going.
Okay, we'll do whatever we can to avenge them. Nodding, Maya strikes a salute to the ruins of Hasongo. She holds that position for a lingering moment, then stands at ease with a sigh.
I don't get this at all. There was a Dawnstar settlement on Hasongo.
Adair kicks at a few splinters of shattered wood strewn across the path.
The place got trampled just the same.
What he's doing must be so important now. It doesn't seem to matter who he hurts, he does as he pleases.
All over again. Only now we know it really is Aethys behind it. I'll tell you one thing. When we catch up to that unstoppable god statue, me and him are gonna have words.
Yeah, Adair, I'm sure that'll end well.
All right. And it looks like he was headed to that light. Honestly.
Oh boy. Oh, we have like some Nagas. Okay. Except they're Yuan-Ti, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let's go stop the unstoppable thing. Let's go fight a god. How bad could it be? Well, you bet your asses we're going into the storage tower. There's probably loot to be had. Oh, or victims. Boo. An Uama woman whirls towards you, her eyes wide and wild. Her uniform is disheveled as if it was from several days' wear, and her breath comes in rapid gasps. With her are a few wounded soldiers and a huddle of commoners in dirt-stained farmers' smocks.
Shut the door, quick, before the Naga get in.
It's already closed, but her glazed eyes seem to be staring beyond it. The soldiers look up too, their faces drawn with pain and exhaustion, their eyes rimmed red and gray. It's all right, I'm here to help.
We're the finest soldiers and cannoneers in Aora. We don't need anything.
Her hand starts to tremble. There's something unusual about her brittle confidence, a distant stare and shaking hand. You saw it plenty of times in your old life as a mercenary. She's suffering the aftershocks of battle.
Captain, 2 places I've seen that look. Healers' tents and exceptional brothels. This is neither.
She blinks at you as if seeing you for the first time.
Wait. You're not the reinforcements. There are supposed to be reinforcements.
I come on the authority of all powers in Nekataka. The wounded soldier almost leaps to his feet.
So, was this destruction the work of the Valians? Or maybe a trick of the Wada Queen?
His eyes dart wildly around the room. He's no better off than Zahira. Calm down and tell me what happened here. She closes her eyes, but her hands are still shaking. Maya cocks her head and listens.
The first thing was the Colossus. It showed up a few days ago, a week ago, I can't be sure. But it was huge. glowed like luminous Audra.
Her eyes start to glaze over again, and she stares into the distance, her mouth slightly open. Her wounded companion, meanwhile, is staring suspiciously at the farmers. They shrink from his gaze. That was Aethys!
That monster that killed our people?
I suppose he does look like a monster from down here.
I told you, Zuhira. The Godhammer scrambled their god, and now he's taking his revenge.
And the soldier looks pointedly at the huddled farmers. They look away, cheeks flushing and brows perspiring.
Much as I doubt that, none of my explanations fits any better.
There's a lot we don't know about his intentions.
It's no coincidence your Aethys shows up just as Latharn storms out.
He casts another poisonous glare at the farmers. But Zahira is stuck in her memories.
The Colossus was coming right for us. Fleetmaster Ko ordered the gunhawks and cannoneers to take up positions.
She catches herself breaking off with an ashamed grimace.
They fought. The rest of us were sent below, like cowards.
She looks down at her hands, which she has balled into trembling fists. Well, if you'd fought, you'd be dead too.
Wouldn't have taken someone from the living lands for a shirker.
He spits.
We don't flee. We don't hide.
She doesn't look at you as she speaks. She steels herself.
I heard cannon blasts, artillery fire. Felt the world shake. Then the water started coming in. We came back up, and the others were... I don't know. Like they'd been turned to ash. And the Colossus was walking away. The fort was flooding, where it had broken our walls, and the luminous Audra in the lighthouse had gone dark.
What about the Naga?
They skulked in after, once our walls were down. Those of us who were left fought. But those cowards moved through the sunken hallways. Ambushed us from below.
And those who survived ended up here. Both Zahira and the angry soldier look away in shame.
Those snakes are little more than animals. No match for trained Rauatayan warriors.
He snorts.
When the Hazanui's reinforcements get here, we'll strike back.
He trails off, his gaze distant at the scenarios of bloody vengeance no doubt playing in his mind's eye.
And build our walls back up so nothing gets through. And double our cannons, so we can destroy that Colossus if it ever comes back.
Yeah, good joke. This is a fortress. Surely you've got some way of fighting the Naga. She bristles.
The finest cannons and bombards in the archipelago. Why, you can barely walk the ramparts without...
As she remembers the destruction outside, her indignation fades away, and that distant look returns in her eyes.
There's still one. There must be one. They can't all have been destroyed. But you'll need a trained artillerist to aim it.
She nods, pulling herself back from the brink of panic.
The big guns and me are on friendly terms already, Captain.
Alright, where's this lighthouse?
On the western side of the fort. It's a true marvel, a monument to Rauatayan engineering.
Proof we can tame and transform this place, once we get rid of the scale bellies.
Is there anything else?
No!
Don't go back out there. You'll be safe here until reinforcements arrive.
Her throat makes a dry clicking sound as she swallows.
Just stay away from the water. Damn scale bellies are hiding down there. They'll ambush if you get close.
Sometimes you can see them, if you look carefully.
Okay. Asked my girlfriend to polish my medieval battle uniform while I go to the pub. She always said she wanted a knight in shining armor. So bad. They've told me everything and now I can fireball them for XP. Exactly. You know how bad it is in Western RPGs, but in JRPGs you regularly kill gods. Yeah. I'm trying to think off the top of my head of like Western RPGs where you fight divinities.
Finish them!
And off the top of my head, I don't know. Honestly, I really don't.
What have we here?
Corpse is hidden in the water. Throne of Ball. I mean, yeah, I guess like all the balls spawn and stuff.
too many. We shouldn't go in without a plan.
I mean, yeah, there's a couple over there. If only we had a cannon. Wouldn't call them god. Yeah, they're like demigod. Maybe not even like demigods. Demigod adjacent. Oh, this is some bullshit right here. All right, guys, go fuck them up.
You were saying?
A Loth just immediately goes down.
Right between the eyes.
As he does. Mephistopheles? I mean, are Demon Lords gods? Because if Demon Lords are gods, then yeah, that kind of changes things.
Speak freely. Ashiza, strike!
I like to think they are. Very true. Denim Lord. Mods Banila.
Problem, Captain. Speak freely. I'm listening.
I'll take care of it.
Alright, a heavy brass bombard is perched atop the wall, pointing out to sea. From here you have a commanding view of the fortress. You know that swell of fatherly pride when you see a newborn? Getting my taste of it, Maya pats the hide of the weapon. Yeah, we're turning the bombard towards the cluster of Naga. You try, but it's stuck. Looking down, you notice gears attached to the rotating platform are rusted. Whoever was shirking their maintenance duty had better be among the casualties. Maya glowers at the sorry state of the platform. Brass for impact. God damn it. Chat. We'll try to be strong here. Apparently it's gold leaf or swell. How does Adair only have a might of 6? Oh, is it because they're wounded? No. Maybe. Alright. Yeah, it hardly moves. The effort's so taxing, you wrench your shoulder. Swell was injured. But no, seriously. Why are you guys' stats? Oh, we have curses on us. Curse of Atrophy. Oh, that's from that fucking Shrine of Atrophy that we got into it with ages ago. Well, fuck it. Let's have a nappy nap then. Solve that problem. Yeah. Full-fledged warrior has baby hands. Yeah. Alright, how about now? We looking a little better. There we go. Now we got like, yeah, some 16s. I love that Gold Leaf is stronger than Swell. Alright, examine the platform. Let's rotate it. Oh my god, it hardly moves. Continue. Adair. Gold Leaf. Jesus. Okay, do we have ammo? It's also not loaded and we need ammo. Alright. See, do I have anything that'll crank up my might? I might. I may. +4 might. Here we go. But we can only cast it in combat. Dang it! I don't suppose I have any, like, I probably don't have any potions because I vendor them all. Yeah. Need to grease the, no, we confirmed in, God, what was it? Wizardry 7? The Swell's mustache is at all times coated in a thick layer of marshmallows. An entire section of the wall has been smashed, leaving the chasm of jagged rubble below. Broken planks and battlements jut from the opposite side of the break. All right, we'll throw a grapple across. Swell can do that. All right, and we can cross. We shimmy across. We also, oh god, we did establish swell. I had stricken that from my memory, Celt. Holy shit. A little bit annoyed how they tried to not make might a strength stat, but every might check is suspicious. Yeah. Like, what, they shouldn't have called it might. They should have called it, like, prowess or something. I see what they're doing, and, like, I like the ability score system in this game a lot, that, like, every ability score is useful for basically everybody. But yeah, I think it's just a kind of a case of they were still clinging pretty closely to, like, old D&D-isms. Because, yeah, they should have called it Wambo, Moxie, Chutzpah, Strength. That's Dungeon Man's. Dungeon Man's calls strength, strength. The stairs descend to a flooded hallway. The water is clear and the passage seems to continue for quite a ways. We are not swimming in that passage, game. Cooking fat and some vegetables. Alright, I guess we are going into this. Chutzpah, there we go. Prowess, wouldn't that be proficiency or something? I mean, it's like an offensive stat. It's like, you know, for increasing your damage and stuff, so that would make sense, right? The more prowess you have, the more effective a combatant you are. But you can also kind of big dick energy. Jesus Christ. We swim. As the passage begins to grow dim and the water cloud, you reach an intersection where the walls are spiderwebbed with cracks. The hall continues to the left and to the right. The way on the left is dark. There's a faint glow to your right, but still, dark shapes obstruct the passage. Let's orient ourselves. Your finely honed sense of direction tells you that the hall to the right leads west, while the route to the left seems to bend southeast back toward the docks. Let's go right. You pull yourself past the corner and into a labyrinth of carnage. Debris from half-collapsed walls, shattered barricades clogs the tunnels. Corpses weighed down by armor and bloated with decay bob and hover in the open spaces. You kick off the rubble and propel yourself forward. Even so, the way forward is more taxing than you'd thought. Swim forward. Partial success. You press on. Goldleaf appears to struggle, but by the time you notice, it's too late to turn back. The exit is still a gray blur when you see the panic in Goldleaf's eyes. You grab one of their trembling arms and pull your companion towards the light. You reach a wood-paneled wall with a ruined green banner when you see the exit on your right. You push towards it. Once out of the water, Goldleaf doubles over and vomits a mouthful of seawater, trembling with exhaustion. Goldleaf was injured. Hell yeah, we're dipping into the water. The CH is enunciated the same way you would as if you were hawking to spit. Nah, I think I'm just gonna keep it as chutzpah. I don't need to be hacking into my microphone. It's like just a bunch of random supply in here, nothing too interesting. Old stiff hand protrudes from the rubble, oh my god. Hila, stay away from it. Okay. Where are we relative to everything? Okay, so it just got us across the wall. Oh, what's that? What do we have here? It's a hand, not a foot. Oh, fair. Loose masonry mars the southern wall of the gatehouse. Some of the protruding bricks look prominent enough to climb, yet the stonework feels slick with sea spray and slime moss. You estimate a difficult climb and a dangerous fall. We're climbing it. Partial success. Oh, god damn it, Goldleaf. You're halfway up when you hear a gasp below. Looking down, you see Goldleaf holding feebly to a jagged stone, her feet dangling over open air. As you watch, her hands slip from the stone and she lands at the base of the tower with a pained yelp. You have no choice but to climb down back after her. Gold leaf. Oh, no, no. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. Fuck it. Climb it. Gold leaf! I wonder if she can die. Let's try it again. I want to see if it'll fall, like if she'll break her neck or something. No, she's just terrible, apparently, and can't climb. Jesus. Alright. Hardtack, 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 fruit. Goldleaf has to carry a cat samurai up the wall that hangs to her feet. Good lord. Poor Goldleaf.
I'll take care of this.
Okay. Well, see, now I'm like terribly curious about what's up there and also why we can't just use a grappling hook on it. Unless we don't have one, I suppose. How do you taste somebody's fear? To save all the people if you didn't turn them into dust piles. Wouldn't that be funny? But also loot, so no.
I'll get that for you.
One day we'll be able to pick locks. Workshop records. All right. Okay. I'm gonna take that just in case it's required for something, but all right, we can't really do anything in here, sadly. Okay, so we can go down this way, but there are Nagas over here that I would like to murder because experience points. All right, Aloth. Tentacles, please. What is that? A coral Naga totem.
Guess we'll be hitting the water.
Let's try again.
God damn it, Aloth. One fucking job. Oh, leave Aloth alone, he's terrible.
Tell me. Not exactly my area of expertise.
Did Aloth just gain a level? He like just leveled.
Your orders?
He did.
Oh,
Wait, what? 8th level? He seriously just dinged 9th level? Oh wow, we've been earning more experience than I thought we were. Holy shit, we like just leveled. Alright. Can't you not? Yeah, you would think. You would think we'd be able to just knock, but no. 5th level spells, my body is ready. What do we get? Drains resolve intellect perception. Instantiates a terrifying inferno around the caster. Let's see, fear. Polar ray, that's polymorph. Blast of frost is cone of cold, which I still don't trust. The gold box games have forever ruined me. The island naming gave you like 12. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Nice, okay. Alright, well, it was worth doing that then. Shit. Malignant Clouds, that's Cloud Kill. Wall of... they just called it Wall of Force, okay. Spirit Lance. Call to Slumber. And Safeguard. The 5th level spells kind of suck. I assume the checkmark means that they're in his grimoire, or he has a grimoire with them in it. If so, I could just yell Bonkai, Marshmallow Dance of Death, and then detaches his mustache and throws it like Xena's Chakram. Yeah, Cone of Cold is the one that I would take, but it's in his spellbook, so he's going to have Cone of Cold regardless. Let's see, extra hit points. +2. Reduces the time it takes to complete a spell's casting time. Yes. Yes, indeed, except we get 2. So we're going to take that, and I'm going to take... I think I'm going to take Fear. Alright. So yeah, let's see. He should have... Yeah, he's got Cone of Cold. What's the AoE? The AoE isn't too bad, and we can also fuss with it. Being able to resize your spells is great. Like, that is incredibly, incredibly convenient. Yeah, when are we gonna get like Shonen Swell?
Gladly.
With the Bonkai. There were a bunch of Naga over here, or are they? Oh no, they're down there. Okay.
I'll handle this.
Okay. There were a lot of them down here. There were like 6 of them, I think. Does he have... Okay, he gained an extra 4th level spell, so that means additional tentacles when he fails to cast them.
I see trouble.
Alright, so what do we have? I want to say nothing too terrible looking so far, but we'll see if that lasts.
Release me.
Can't get a clean hit.
Okay. My goal is to just swamp the battlefield with tentacles. Can we do multiple castings of this at once? No! Disappointment! Man, could you imagine just like a million stacks of tentacles in every fight?
I'm having some trouble moving through this.
Can't get a clean hit.
Things could have been so much cooler than they were.
Still got it.
I'm on it. I'm here.
Adair, look busy, aloft. Please try not to die for once. For once. But you tried and you failed. Pull Adair back. Just get him into the AoE of healing here.
Yeah, I need some help here.
Alright. Let's try slowing these guys. Adair's eating street. But he should be up momentarily. There he goes. Good lord.
of another loss.
Can't get a clean hit.
This is mildly chunky. You need to like focus these things down. That's the problem, is everybody's spreading their damage out instead of focusing on things that are like injured. Alright, swell.
Might as well be hitting the water.
Okay.
Charge!
We're not done yet.
Yeah?
And there is some damage in there. It's this shaman. Alright, so we have to take that shaman out early. Okay. Alright. Get Super Sentai Swell. Short Super Swell tie. His robot transforms into the mustache of the Mega Robot. Oh my god. No. No, there is no Super Sentai Swell.
Careful. I see them. Onward!
Okay, so now we also know that we can't stack the tentacles, which kind of sucks. All right, so where's the totem warriors? Okay, no shaman yet.
As you wish.
Still no shaman. All right, all right. So how are we looking? Let's everybody focus on this guy. Tentacles can just sit back there and look busy. Okay, there's one.
You have any antidotes, Andy? I'd be much obliged.
Okay, tentacles are gone. We're gonna resummon them.
Can't get a clean hit.
Okay.
Stuck over here.
Can't get a clean hit.
Gold leaf, no dying now. Ooh, that's distressingly close. There we go. Alright. Archers. I'm curious what their totem does. Storm Blight. Alright, there's the shaman. Everybody on the shaman. If for no other reason than to just constantly interrupt it, because it keeps fucking everybody up with its spells. Okay, shaman's down. Fear just went off.
Give me the
They can run around and be afraid.
Speak freely.
I don't know if this is gonna get off before these two. Yeah, I was
I
gonna
need some
say.
help here. What do you need?
Got it.
Yeah?
Pharaothus!
Aye, gladly.
We won't show him the whip feather yet!
Let's go ahead and res Gold leaf. These storm blights are trouble. Yeah. Yeah, the storm blights are an issue. You guys, I need you to focus these things down, please.
This thing isn't doing the job. I shall deal with this one. Yeah.
Wow. 127 damage there.
I'm listening.
That was something.
I'm here.
There we go.
No trouble at all.
That was a good fight. Holy shit.
I'm here.
Okay, levels. Athletics, diplomacy. Spirits and summoned creatures equal to or greater than the paladin's level take raw damage. Huh. Instantly nukes anything below the paladin's level. Interesting. Commands an ally to redouble their efforts improving their deflection. We don't have Glorious Beacon. Now I think I'm gonna take Abjuration. And I think Practiced Healer as well. We're gonna be taking Practiced Healer on Goldleaf too when she levels. Raw damage, are we in a cooking show? Raw damage, as far as I understand, just completely ignores all forms of damage mitigation. But no, we are not being harassed by Gordon Ramsay. Let's see, regenerate health. Yeah, okay, sure. And then probably tough. Lowering the recovery penalty from armor. I think I'm gonna give him tough, because it says +2 max health, but I think that's per level. So Adair should be a thick boy now. 190, yeah, he's pulling ahead, nice. Alright, mechanics and bluff. Immobilizing roots, that might be useful. Ooh, ranged attacks by the ranger contain such force that they fly through the first target and hit another target behind it. Yes. Make our basic attacks AoE video game. And then I think I'm gonna grab Binding Roots, just as a way to harass things. Alright. Can I? No. There we go. Brubble is immune. Okay. Can I fireball it? No, it's immune to that too. Shit. Alright, good talk. So my assumption is we have to use the cannon on it, or something equivalent. We got to make an explosion. Let's come back and harass these people and see if they can't do anything for us. Harassing people. Exactly.
Is there anything else?
You seem to be storing an awful lot of black powder here.
As you can see, we have need of it.
For what exactly? No, we know a thing or two about explosives, and you're dealing in exceptional quantities.
Rowatayans do not do anything in half measures.
A ragged cheer goes up from the other soldiers.
The Deadfire is a savage place. Something that Valian coin counters and Huana tribals do not seem to recognize. But our people conquered Rawatai 2 millennia ago. We understand what it takes to survive, to tame a wild land.
The other soldiers murmur in agreement. Alright.
Is there anything else?
And that's it. I don't suppose I can just, like... No. A grenade? Maybe we have to use a grenade on the thing. I don't think that's what is expected of us, though. We can try. Let's see. Inventory. Grenade. Immune.
Yes? You were saying? Your order, you were saying?
See, I would think we'd be able to, like, pick up the gunpowder barrels, but we can't. Because, I mean, that would be my solution, just haul a barrel over there and blow it up. I don't know if we've been in the engineering workshop. Yes. And our mechanic is still too low for this. And there's also this, which I would love to be able to get up there, but we can't because Goldleaf can't climb.
I'm listening. Just say the word.
You guys, we're Divinity Original Sin now. We have barrels of oil that we can light on fire. Now we just need to make every combat rotate entirely around these mechanics. And then once the player figures out and gets comfortable with managing them in ways that allow you to actually, you know, avoid them, let's introduce further mechanics that make them impossible to avoid. Isn't that fun?
Let their blood rain from the sky!
Indeed. Alright, let's go left to the kitchen. It's easier this time, now that we're familiar with it. Yes, Pillars of Eternity is 100% an immersive sim now. Absolutely. Okay, so we came down here, and let's go left this time. The hallway curves around until you reach a door. It's swollen with water and stuck in place. You give it a cursory tug, but it will take more effort to pull it open. Let's try to pull it open. Adair. Adair braces against the doorway and pulls at the handle. After several sharp yanks, it flies open, revealing... How does it fly open? It's underwater. Revealing stairs to the surface. Oh, okay. Ghost Naga. And some corpses. You feel the presence of a soul, twisting and sinuous. It notices you too and draws nearer. Its restless essence tingles against your own. It is searching, hunting. You recognize it as the soul of a Naga.
What is this? Come closer. You glow so brightly, just like
It recoils from a memory of violence like a child snatching her hand from a hot stove. What were you searching for?
Away.
Memory blooms at her core. A burst of vehemence shudders through her essence.
The striped fiends profane the island, endlessly burrowing, building. They bury the Adra under stone. Sugan says we must find a way in. Sugan says I must find a way in.
There's warmth in this thought. Pride. You're a scout.
I am Yanas. Yanas searches. The fiends gather at the walls, searching too. Not for me, but they see me still.
You feel a prickle of sympathetic pain as if pierced by a volley of bullets. You died.
No, not dead. Still searching.
A desperate, dissonant rumble thrums through the Naga's soul.
Stay a little longer. Your glow is a comfort here.
What are you looking for?
A way, I said. A glowing, shining way.
As she speaks, you feel yourself pulled into her memory and into the dark abyss of the in-between. You remember it from your own brief sojourn there. Yet, from the darkness, you and Yanas see a bright rift, a pillar with roots that seem to reach into the heart of the world. You recognize it as an Adra pillar.
The way glows like an anglerfish lure, but it feels safe.
It does. You're drawn to it. All right, let's drift towards it.
I will follow the way, I think. But then I see another glowing thing. This one does not feel safe.
Another glowing figure appears, this one shaped like an enormous walker. 3 stars burn above its brow. You feel Yanas's fear. Airport, come on now. This walker thing, even as you recognize it as Aethys. You watch as the glowing figure approaches the pillar. It reaches out and a violent current rips through the darkness. You hear a chorus of screams, but they sound distant and distorted as if coming from underwater. Light and energy flood into the strange being from the pillar and from 100 points gathered around it. At last, the pillar is dark. The glowing walker recedes, brighter than before. Everything is dark.
Now, there is no way and no light. I am afraid.
Come with me.
It is too dark. I will lose my way, or be swallowed by the terrible walker.
I'll restore the Adra pillar, then you can continue on your way.
The way? I am searching for a way. Show me.
She melts into the ether and becomes a quiet presence beside you. Okay. Sure. Whatever. We have a chest with 22 coins in it. Can I get into this area? No. Alright, so this is all just a side area. Well, how do I get into the bottom part? Back to the kitchen. This takes us up to the roof with, I think, the trebuchet. Well, it's not a trebuchet, it's a crane, but... Okay, so we went in and we swam left. So where the... Was it the dining hall, maybe? Have we just not been in the dining hall? No. Hmm. I have no idea. I have no idea how to get into that other room. It might just be something that we can't... Well, no, because there was, like, lootable tables and shit in there. I don't know, video games. We have looters. You guys are about to have a real bad time. Oh, they've got a wizard.
Be careful. Not quite.
I'm here.
I have a wizard too.
I'm feeling the
Oh,
strain.
god damn it, Olaf. Why do you suck so much? My wizard sucks. Adair, go interrupt their wizard, please.
Better. Leave it to me. Can't move.
You guys just like not attacking? Like,
I'm here.
like Swell's just sitting here, just flinching constantly. I don't know what that's about. Adair, on the other hand, is just murdering everything, as he does. Pull out your mono blue magic deck, keep an eye on that mage. Yeah, exactly. One of the most fun decks that I ever ran in Magic the Gathering was a blue-black deck. It was all about counter spells and then milling. It was back in Ravnica, and his whole shtick was there was this card. It's called Zadek, Lord of Secrets, and he's like this vampire. And anytime he hits the other player, he would have to. The damaged player would have to discard a number of cards equal to the amount of damage they took. And anytime he dealt damage, he gained +1/+1 tokens equal to the damage he dealt. And I think by default he was like a 5/5 or something, 5/3, whatever. But I would hit him with, I can't remember it was something from one of the old Kamigawa blocks that made him unblockable. And so I would get him all coked up, and he had like flying and shit. And just go in and destroy. It was great. And I had like circles of protection and shit in there. And it was just a very mean deck. Okay, I actually, like, at this point, legitimately don't know what they want from me. Unless we can fuss with this thing now. Oh, here we go. Rub cooking fat into the gears. It's messy and smelly work, but once the gears in your arms are liberally greased, you're able to turn the bomb bird. Alright, it continues its lonely vigil. Okay. I mean, I'm assuming this isn't a quest. We should have ammo. Like, I have a bunch of cannon ammo, but maybe we need something else.
Is there anything else?
No. You have anything to say? No, you're an asshole. What about you farmers? No. There was... I think over here, some cannonballs, but I didn't think we could take them. Yeah, it won't actually let me take these. There's an artifact you like a lot. It's called the Tephrus Puzzle Box. At the start of your upkeep, you put your hand down the library and draw new cards. Planning around this was hell. Jesus. That's pretty nifty. I dig it. I feel like we need to get in here, but we can't. Because I think that even with the Thieves' Putty we just found... Yeah, that'll only get us to 8, and we need 10.
Oh.
Because for whatever reason, we can't just knock on the damn door.
I shall.
Is there another way up here? Oh, there's a path up here, okay. I think the DM did a one check is really needed but can be failed scenario. I don't know. I don't think they would.
Trouble.
Okay, just a couple archers.
It's beyond me.
The water cup cam is purely so that people know that when they redeem hydrate that I'm actually drinking. Nothing too interesting, I'm afraid. It's because I don't do like a face cam or anything, so that when people redeem, they have no way of knowing if I'm actually like following through it or just making noises. And I don't have like an avatar on screen, generally speaking, so. Don't believe when I drink? No, I always actually do drink. I don't necessarily take like huge drinks, but yes, I drink. Yes, it's just chat making sure that I'm properly watered. And yes, yeah, sometimes like if I have a video game box art in front of it, yeah, I'll adjust it to look cute. This letter is written in small, meticulous hand. Ko, you know I've never been one for superstition, but I'm telling you, there's something to these dreams. Couldn't tell you what they mean, only that they wake me 3 times a night. Thank you for the head pats. Very much appreciated. All of us working your farms, pious Athosians to a man, are having them too. I've got no mind to tell you how to run your fort, but I've got to look after my brethren here. We left homes and families back in Red Cirrus, and now we're seeing strange things and laboring next to a Duke's ransom and black powder. Or did you reckon a dumb hick like me wouldn't notice? Latharn. Okay. Asango Fort, expanded design, flecks of sealing wax, cling to the tip of the blade. Should have a scale under it. Oh my god. I mean, that I could, I suppose. I could do that.
Hey, watch out.
Chat seems weird. Yeah, that's actually a good point here. I can just throw you guys like right over here. There, that's a little bit better, I think.
Not a problem.
Oh god, we have ambush in the back.
Can't get a clean hit.
So?
Something I hate's coming back up.
How may I, of course?
See that, Ishi?
Do the Mega Missile. YouTube's happy they don't have to read your degeneracy. Well, now they do.
Yes?
No, when it comes to chat being degens, I've only ever had positive comments about it. People think it's funny, so. Chat degens, we would. Yeah. Oh look, it's a giant footprint. Ela would be in here drinking the foot water. You remember the feet that made these stomping across Cadnua? I don't even know what gen you would be. Yeah. I don't know if there's something up here, because there's a path. Oh no, that's on the roof? Yes. Nothing? Aw, they should have like hidden something up here. A JoJo reference. Oh! Shit, if we'd have climbed this, we would have been totally... They give you like 3 ways to get to this lighthouse. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Mostly go with what would be the most absurd, funniest, not the best. Oh no, you're good, Mild. Don't worry about it. Like you're chill. You're chill. You're doing fine. No worries. No, you're totally cool. You're great by me.
Permission to speak freely?
Say what now?
I should
What's
come
up?
clean about something, Captain.
Alright, speak your mind.
Atsura didn't set me loose just so I could stay busy. Fact of the matter is, he gave me a job to do.
Okay.
I've got this stack of missives I need to deliver. Noble errand, right?
She shows you a small collection of scrolls in her pack, all judiciously sealed with the sigil of the Royal Deadfire Company.
The company has a lot of people working away from headquarters, and Atsura trusted me to get these in the right hands. I hope that isn't a problem.
We'll make them in good time.
Appreciate it, Captain. You'd be doing Atsura and the company a big favor.
Okay.
This one's bound for Harama, an acquaintance. Good sailor. He's somewhere off in Tikawara. And these are for Tuaha, an old friend stationed in Port Maje. You meet some strange types in the Navy.
Alright, then let's be off. Only one sets from that I've seen: Dune, Ornithopter, and the Lord of the Rings, Barad-dûr. Yeah, like, there are so many really cool Lego sets, but for me, it's mostly the price. Like, they are so expensive. Excuse me. No worries. No worries there, Noel. That's like it's not an it's a clever idea. The problem is that I don't know how I would get the scale to actually be like readable on stream unless I had like a sub camera like under the thing or something. I don't know. More realistically, I should probably just like bite the bullet and make a little corner face cam or something. I don't know. The lighthouse is quiet, but for soft sibilant whispers, there's a repetitive, incantatory quality to them. Yet, as you cross the threshold, an old Naga with skin like cracked leather breaks off. He swivels to face you, bearing one broken fang.
The sea-striped fiends send you to uproot the tree of the gods, yes? Their blasphemy knows no bounds.
Give the order, Captain. Or just nod. I'm not picky.
Her upper lip pulls back into a grimace. His head twitches in her direction, his tongue flickering.
So, the fiends corrupt even the sand-striped ones. Now I taste their stench on her. If you join them in befouling the Adra, then you will join them in death, too.
You're telling me this slaughter is all about Adra?
The tree of the gods, yes, which these fiends plunder and profane. Go! Carry a warning of what you have seen to the other shufflers.
I need to approach the Adra.
Fool! See what the impiety of the sea-striped fiends has wrought.
Oh my god.
The sand-striped shufflers know better. But you others come. Smooth-toned or furred or sea-striped with blasphemous hunger. Now, foreign ones dig at these roots, and the Deep Hunter is with us no more. Now, the gods return to rain their punishment on these islands. Again.
You're saying the gods have brought ruin on Deadfire before? He bears his broken fang in surprise.
Do your stories say nothing of the many disasters? Of the shuffler nests washed away like foam? Many generations ago, the sand-striped ones built great hives across the islands, and bastions around the Adra roots.
Go on.
Their meddling displeased the gods. So the gods smashed their works with heaving volcanoes and crashing waves.
His beads and bangles rattle as he brings his hands together in a loud clap. How could you know this?
Our ancestors hid deep where the waters quenched the fires and muffled the storms. They remembered while shufflers scattered. Now, the shufflers build again.
He thumps his tail on the floorboards.
The gods see. They will tear them all down.
Aethys came to reach the Adra, not to punish anyone.
Lies and treachery. The gods do not wither their own roots.
Bareth sent me. I am here doing the will of the gods.
The shuffler's tongue is thick with blasphemy. Kill him now, Suka.
The other Naga draws in a tight coil as if preparing to strike. His tail whips on the ground as he considers you.
If your fat tongue speaks true, then give us proof.
What would you consider proof?
I tell you, thick tongues lie. Forked tongues do not. If what you say is true,
Then surely you can speak with the dead.
He cocks his head to appraise you with one eye.
I will believe your words, only if I hear them from the tongue of my own people.
Oh, alright, then we'll pull Yanas's soul here. Yanas's bright, wispy form appears, and the other Naga pull themselves into tight, fearful knots. Only Sugan cranes himself forward, his head cocked. Maya smirks and folds her arms.
Sugan, I found the way.
Emotion pulses through her essence, crackling in the aether.
Yanis, you died. We saw.
The way became dark, but this one brought light.
She turns briefly to swell, but Sugan's mouth is rigid in a broken-fanged grimace.
We will kill the shuffler and free your soul, Yanis.
Just listen to her, Sugan. Yanas turns to Sugan, hissing angrily.
Do old scales cloud your eyes? The shuffler glows like the Godwalker, like the way.
She looks towards the dull Audra vein. Sugan and the others follow her gaze.
He will open the way.
Yanas points to you as she begins to disappear. As the last of her essence fades into the in-between, Sugan regards the Audra vein, calculation flickering in his eyes. At last, he turns his guarded gaze on you.
The gods give you power, yes. But is it enough? Approach. Restore the blessing of the gods to the Audra.
And then we kill them all.
As your hand touches the dim Audra, you feel the same cool, prigging sensation that you did when you touched the pillar near Port Mage. You concentrate on the pillar. The world around you swiftly falls away, leaving only the vast emptiness of the in-between. The Audra, and a multitude of golden threads undulating off into the distance. For a second time, you gather the threads in your mind and bind them together, forming a solid tether that ripples out toward its distant anchor. Again, a crack sounds from the terminus. Your consciousness is violently pulled along the cord. You are prepared for the sensation this time, but are still disoriented when you come to a sudden stop. You find yourself standing behind a familiar Titanic statue as it trudges through invisible waters. Standing at Aethys' shoulder, your soul is dwarfed by the massive god's form. Energy pulses along the tether, each wave feeding the Audra's movements. He stops. His head cranes behind him, again accompanied by the sound of stone shearing and buckling. His eyes rest upon you. He does not reach for the cord, but considers you for a long span of silence before speaking.
I was going to add a hydrate redream to my stream that just adds a bit of water, slowly filling up the screen, eventually drowning it. That was a bit too much effort to set up when I was just starting out. Yeah, that's fair. That kind of thing. I assume you're probably running Sammy, if I had to guess, for handling that kind of thing. It wouldn't be... Well, it might be a pain in the ass to set up. Doable, but probably a pain in the ass to set up. But, that could be cool, though. I like that idea. Because then it's like, the viewers can kind of like slowly just troll you by, filling your screen with water. That's neat.
Your first attempt to contact me was brave. This second attempt, is it born out of desperation or something else? Why do you continue to follow me, Watcher of Caed Nua?
You destroyed my castle and ate my soul, jackass. The writing in this is pretty good. Bareth insists.
Yes, they must want answers. But why do the biddings of the gods matter to you?
The Pallid Knight will claim my life as forfeit if I don't find out what you're doing.
That is a cruel bargain, to be a god's pawn.
I serve Bareth gladly.
And you do so, knowing how we came to be.
Aethys becomes silent. You can sense his presence advancing back along the cord between you. His energy flows over your hand, tendrils of light probing into the air around you. They poke and prod at the silent lost souls hovering in your vicinity.
You are in a unique position. In spite of the work of the Leaden Key and Hand Occult, you have seen through our facade. You know the gods' true nature. Without the benefit of your knowledge, few mortals would be willing to accept the true history of their gods. After all, we weren't. The last time I walked Aora, I made a mistake in not revealing my true purpose. I believe you would understand it better than most.
We nod.
Yes, I will tell you, but this is not the time. As I take this body farther from the lighthouse, the tether grows weaker, and I have already tarried too long. Soon this link will unravel completely. If I have not reached my destination when that happens, I will need to pull more souls from your world.
Where are you going? I will meet you there.
The edges of Aethys's massive form blur and dissolve. The huge figure retreats from you. As it moves, the tether begins to rapidly unravel. As Aethys speaks, his voice sounds garbled, fragmented, and distant.
If you would know more, find me at the Ashen Maw in Margren's Teeth. I must rest there before I begin my final work. When I leave that place, you will not be able to follow. Before I go, I should return some of this to you. I still have need of the great power of your soul, but I can spare you this portion.
A pulse of energy moves back along the golden cord toward you. It feels familiar, comforting, even before it contacts you. The energy washes over you, flooding you with feelings and memories you had thought long forgotten until they settle back into the cracks of your soul. And then the tether and cord snap, Aethys's figure evaporating into dust that mingles with the endless gray expanse. Heat rushes over you, and the uncomfortable sensation of the Audra Pillar's presence cuts off. The gloom of the in-between is pierced by the light of the living world. You are back.
Oop. Fat fingered the button. We're done. The Naga stare at the glowing Audra, their diamond pupils wide. Sugan turns his gaze to you, his body in a cautious half-coil.
Long have we kept peace with the sand-striped people. But then, the foreign ones came and spread, killed our people, built their hives everywhere.
Your type weren't exactly accommodating.
We were sure the Godwalker came to cast them out, that driving them away was a holy mission.
Curiosity and consternation simmer in his eyes. You're only using Mix It Up for redeem stuff. I'm actually not familiar. Mix It Up. Streaming redeems. I'm not familiar with Mix It Up. Full feature. Oh, it's a bot. Nice. Okay. Interesting. Okay. That's cool. That's actually... Huh. That looks like a pretty useful little program. Certainly looks a little bit more straightforward to get things set up in than Sammy. Sammy is like Mix It Up in that it's you can use it for like handling stream stuff. Like that's how I handle all of my stream redeems. But it's more like programming-y, and it can be a pain in the ass sometimes. What now?
We must go. I know not what this means, but our brethren should hear of it.
Not an option, Snake. Bet you were keeping count of how many good soldiers you fanged.
Maya narrows her eyes and draws her weapon. Now he owes us. A debt is more useful than blood.
Captain?
Vengeance won't save the ones you lost, soldier. Gritting her teeth, Maya secures her weapon and stands down, her fists balled at her sides.
You show us something new today, Shuffler. thank you for this. And for your mercy.
He presses something into your palm before departing. We've gained the Strand of Favor. How come all the people-shaped people are assholes and the non-people-shaped people? Yeah, right? Right? That's what I'm getting out of this too, is that like the Kith are all dicks.
Captain, a word?
Oh, what's on your mind, Maya?
What, did Ishi defecate in your favorite helmet or something? You've spoken to Aethys, which means you know what we're up against. If the fleet sailed up to him and fired every cannon at once, I imagine we'd have a fighting chance at taking a chip off his kneecap. There's no stopping him, is there?
Who says we need to stop him?
If that's a joke, it's a poor one.
She sighs away some of her tension, rolling her shoulders and cracking her neck.
I suppose there's a certain appeal to recognizing the inevitable. We don't have to waste our breath trying to stop it.
Now it's up to us to mitigate the damage.
All assuming that reason can penetrate the green boy's head better than bullets can. It reminds me of the first time I shot to kill.
Oh?
There he stood, a pirate captain barking orders from the forecastle. Out of everyone's range but mine.
She holds up her hand to frame a distant spot.
The wind toyed with us. I took aim, never thinking I'd make the shot, but then I felt this awareness, like someone out there was aiming me. A cannon blast took me by surprise. I squeezed off a shot, expecting it to fly wide, but the bullet took my target between his eyes.
She traces a circle over her brow.
I don't know if Bareth kicked open a door or the Sky Mother held my hand, but that man was meant to die. I've got that same feeling now. Better or worse, I know that Aethys is meant to succeed.
Time will tell if Aethys getting what he wants is good for the rest of us.
Hope I didn't take the wind out of your sail. Whether or not we can change anything, at least we can say we were there. That's more than most people get.
Fair enough. Alright, level 9 for Gold Leaf. More spells. Prevents a severely injured character's health from reaching 0. Cannot die for 8 seconds. Ooh. I mean, we're taking Practiced Healer, I know that much. We also have a res. No, I'm taking the temporary god mode. She was the main protagonist for a second. For just a second. Just a second. I like Maya. She's an interesting character. Okay. Let us away. All right, snacks are finding
That's right.
elsewhere.
Keep slithering.
You tell him, Adair. I can't actually walk over there. What? That's right. We have to go through the building.
Had another one of your talks there, didn't you? You gonna share details, or do we gotta guess?
When the captain goes all starry-eyed like that, the crew starts to ask questions.
I was rather hoping someone else would bring that up.
Aethys is heading to a place called Magrin's Teeth.
All the places he can go, and he chooses a spot named for Magrin. What could he be thinking?
I was actually wondering about you, though. How are you holding up?
I'll live. Aloth looks at you concerned.
Well, Magrin's Teeth sounds like the kind of place that should rather stick out. Shall we continue on?
And we also got this. Plus 1 intellect, negative 10% hostile effect duration, plus 10% beneficial effect duration. That's not a bad necklace. I don't know who I would give it to though. Maybe Gold Leaf? Yes. Mix It Up is basically a local program that reads chat and redeems. It lets you set up stuff that happens upon triggers. Lets you store data between. Yes, yes. That is very, very similar to how Sammy works. Yep. Yep. I've been slowly transitioning away from actually using Sammy, and just using like my own bot, like Geistbot in chat. He is homebrew developed. He runs in Godot and he's C#. And eventually I would like to hit the point where like all of my redeems and stuff are handled just through that. But a lot of it is kind of still setting up things like handling a lot of stuff like scene-related things that it's pretty straightforward, relatively speaking, to do in Sammy, but in doing it in C#, like I would have to write functions and stuff to manage all of that because it's not there by default. And I'm lazy. Like, I'll probably eventually get redeems moved over to that to an extent, and stuff like that. And like, I have like a little crap-ass stream RPG that I've been slowly working on, so that chat has something to do, like during more boring parts of the stream and stuff. And eventually, I want to have it so that like people can, you know, I'll have like monsters and stuff that like roam through the chat that people can fight off and gain experience points and all that kind of chintzy crap. The bot does not need glasses now. Not yet. Give it time. Alright, y'all.
Look at our beacon. Even the Colossus couldn't destroy it. And those snakes aren't so tough now, are they?
You underestimated the danger here before. It would be unwise to do so again.
Of course.
She nods, but is still staring up at the lighthouse. Maya smirks and folds her arms.
We'll rebuild bigger and better, with reinforced walls and extra cannons. Our engineers will make this place truly impregnable.
She finally turns to
the
you.
Hansanui will want to thank you personally for your help here. And she should also know what we're up against.
Where can I find the Hansanui?
She's usually at the Brass Citadel in Neketaka. Though she gets called to the palace often, haggling with the Queen and the Valians.
Alright.
Clear skies.
We're leaving. I'm not gonna tell them I'm doing anything for them on account of their assholes. Well, that's worrying. Okay. Asango's amount of wreckage on the horizon when you see a dozen junks sailing towards you. Even at this distance, you can tell they're making good speed. One of the ships pulls up alongside yours and a well-dressed Omua man approaches the edge of the deck. You do not recognize him, but he grins cryptically at you. Timely of you to show up, boss. I was just scrabbling down my daily report. Maya folds her arms and nods across the gap. I'm afraid I'll have to wait until I return to the Brass Citadel. He nods at Maya. I am Atsura, Grand Secretary of the Royal Dreadfire Company and Special Emissary of the Ranganui of Rawatui. Rawatai, rather. He nods, but he's gazing towards Asango with a peculiar smile. The Adra beacon, visible even here, shines brightly. It surprises me that you have largely escaped notice in the streets of Neketaka. I suspect that will soon change. What's this about? I want to extend the thanks of the Royal Deadfire Company for what you've done here. He raises one hand towards the Adra beacon. You've restored a valuable asset, whether or not that was your intention. He gives you a quick, sly smile. The others at the palace will want to hear of this, no doubt, and you may as well take credit while the deed is fresh. Alright, we say nothing. Go to the Serpent's Crown in Neketaka, and later come and see me at the Brass Citadel. I'm always eager to forge relationships with resourceful individuals. At any rate, I have much to attend to, and it seems you do as well. Clear skies, Captain. Yatsura nods as his crew makes ready to sail once more. Alright. I mean, we can head back, sure.
You blink and find yourself standing in the knee-high grass of an endless field, with the day just falling into dusk. Then, the earth falls away. The wind ceases, and you are sent tumbling up into the dark of the sky.
Watcher.
The voice of the Pallid Knight shakes the earth at your feet. You have returned to Bareth's realm. Your soul once more called to attend the wishes of the God of Death.
This shit again? We say nothing.
Once again, you have spoken with the Child of Light. Tell me what you have learned.
He makes for Magran's teeth.
Intriguing.
The Pallid Knight stares past you, pensive.
While attend. Tell me what your many eyes perceive.
Her words ring out, and a heavy silence descends. In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices. They speak all at once in languages both known and unknown to you. In the space beside Bareth, an eye blinks open, followed fast by several more. They are round, keen eyes of Kith, the slit eyes of snakes, the small, dark marbles of birds, the bulbous lanterns of deep-sea fish.
Here we are.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step through a door. It is an Orlan, then a pale elf, an ocean human, a Naga. Each of them eyeless. They are Wal.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages. And we do so love a riddle.
The figure wears an Amawa's grin, and the many voices beneath its own titter.
We see between the strings of the world, and Eothas is there, strumming them like a lute. His tongue is still, yet he sings of a coming joy. What tune he plays, we do not know. It is complex, ever-shifting. One moment vibrating in harmony, the next in discord.
A man strides through the door to Bareth's realm. Behind him lope wolves with lolling tongues, and jungle cats whose long tails twitch with every step. Galawain, the changeling, arrives, and he brings with him the wild heart of Aora's untamed places. Fast on Galawain's heels, a small wave of seawater washes across the tiles. It pours off the edge of the platform and cascades down into the beyond. From out of the water rears a glowing lure, then the head of a gigantic fish. The round black eyes of Andra roll to meet yours.
Eothas is nothing if not resourceful. I admire his nerve.
In the changeling's voice, you hear the soft patter of rain on leaves and the rush of wind through treetops.
If his journey leads him back to us, he has proved himself worthy of return to the fold.
Eothas does not return to us. He returns to execute some grand plan. We must stop him.
Andra's voice rises like a tide, panic riding its crest. The doors lining the walls of Bareth's realm slam open in unison. Warped pieces of ancient armor and the remnants of discarded weapons roar through the doorways. They meet in the center of the room, in a shower of sparks, and form the vague figure of a man. Finally, a blacksmith's sledge hurtles past your shoulder, and the figure snatches it from the air. A man made half of metal and half of ruined skin stands before you. The rounded metal of a well-worn shield makes up most of his skull, his right eye socket, and jaw. His mouth is pulled forever into a half grimace.
If Eothas has something foolish planned, perhaps we can turn him from that path and set him down a more productive one.
Abaddon's words crash and screech together, like long steel gears forced to movement for the first time in centuries.
Abaddon speaks with a child's naivety. He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of his feet along my spine. I will send tsunamis to slow him if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
The water at your feet recedes. Lava oozes up through the shallow water, and a woman made from the guts of the earth emerges. She settles her characteristic broadsword on her shoulder and sighs a cloud of smoke and ash. Mogren returns.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Eora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks. I doubt fire and water will be enough to stop him. But I will bear down upon Eothas with all the heat and fury of the earth. If I must.
The deep, bellowing cry of an aurochs shakes the ground beneath your feet. The cry drones on and on, a moan without end. Wal's many eyes squeeze shut. Andra slips back beneath her waves. Mogren dissipates in a swirling cloud of steam. Galawain's beasts cower and whine. Only the pallid night stands impassive.
My end comes to all things in time. Should Eothas care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts.
The Child of Light will not choose the hour of my death.
Mogren tests the edge of her broadsword with a smoldering finger.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of fear his actions inspire.
The crack of thunder rends the air. The gods fall silent.
We can wait no longer to act. Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans.
I'll do my best.
Water begins to creep across the floor. It swells, runs swiftly, and catches at your ankles. You scrabble at the tiles, but it's no use. The current's pull drags you off the edge of Bareth's realm and into the fathomless beyond. You splash down in water so dark you can't see the bottom. Then, the water recedes, gone like a dream upon waking. The hard wood of your cabin's floor presses against your spine. The gods are gone, but you remain.
Well, okay then. We did in fact get to see some foobs. Glorious, glorious foobs. Alright. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna head back onto deck. We're sure video games. How do they work?
What's a...
There we go. All right. I believe we were headed towards Neketaka because we have things to do here. Ridiculous animated series Metalocalypse did a short song about that. Oh god. A colorful pair of lights on the railing of your ship. A missive bound to its leg bears the signal of the Kahanga tribe. Well, let's read it. Captain Swell, it would be an honor to host the savior of Hasonga at the Kahanga Palace at Neketaka. Neketaka is a city for Wana and outsiders alike. There's no shortage of work. You have the stamina for a good climb. The palace could be your second home. Think on it. Well, I mean, we're trying, game, but you're doing everything you can to delay me. Every time we're moving through towns in this, I just wait for us to get ambushed, because that was Baldur's Gate. You go through the bigger towns and inevitably get jumped by somebody that's like 10 levels lower than you that thinks they can pick your pocket. Hello.
Your coming is a favorable omen already.
How's that?
You happen by a time when our rivals bicker and tear at each other's throats. It does not take a priest to see how the gods send us an outsider to dig under the skin of our enemies.
You don't seem to take your rivals very seriously.
How can I when they posture and peck like a pair of kata birds?
He smirks and shakes his head.
I will not paddle around the island. My sister wants to know if you are as useful as you are disruptive. She trusts me to judge this. Akira, but I hear whispers that you visited the Hazanui's Adra lighthouse and survived.
He smiles, stroking his chin.
Too much has happened for you to waste words with the royal brother. From now on, you work with Onikaza as an honored guest of her rooftop garden. Only, be kind to her cats.
Okay. Rooftop garden map, where? I assume it's through here? How do we... Ah. And there's the rooftop. Okay. She's got cats, which means I need to start lobbing fireballs. Alright, where is she? Way up here. Yes. Oh, they're big cats. Hell yeah.
It is high time we spoke away from the exhaustive filter of the court.
The queen has affected a far more relaxed posture. A pair of tigers lounge indolently beside her seat.
My children, Kahopa and Tangaloa. It is to them that I answer when dignitaries do not pound at my door.
She pats the heads of the tigers, smiling as they lean into the gesture.
I think I speak for all of us when I say we'd be honored to pet your children.
Go on, Adair, you take the honors.
Trick with cats, of course, is you gotta ignore them first. Get them interested.
Adair rocks back and forth on his heels, averting his gaze from the cats, yet every few seconds he slips up and peeks at them.
We are of one mind. My mother taught me to bait an enemy into the open, give it comfort and confidence.
Onikaza smiles up at Adair before returning her focus to Swell.
A messenger from the jaws of Tangaloa speaks with the voice of wisdom and change, I say.
She raises her brows at you.
It is fitting that yours should be the voice that tells of Hasongo's fate. What did you see there?
Some Naga occupied the colony after Aethys drained the Adra. I let them live.
The snakes are on edge. Where comes this new boldness?
She thumbs her chin and narrows her eyes.
For me to complain if they make trouble for outsiders.
There's a weariness to her thoughts that she doesn't bother to hide.
What of Aethys? If you know why he terrorizes the Deadfire, speak on.
He's heading for Magran's teeth. Tapping her chin, Onikaza nods and weighs the matter. At length, her even expression spreads into a pleased and knowing smile.
If Aethys makes for Magran's teeth, I say the Rathun will grind him to dust for the praise of their warrior matron.
Her brow rises with interest.
Even if they fail, it will be an enemy cleared for my plate. This is the gratitude of Nagati, I say.
Rathun.
The fiery children of Magrin devoted to their mother with a fanatic zeal. Bothersome, but the least of my troubles now. From Port Mage to Hasongo to Magrin's teeth, Aethys follows a rich vein of Adra. It takes him northeast to more interesting territory. In the deepest memory of the tribes, we have told stories of Magrin's teeth. Embellished sailors' fables, Akira, but not without some truth. My people speak of treacherous seas, lakes of fire, and the ancient warriors hammered to life on Magrin's anvil.
She props her chin on her fists and looks swell up and down.
Ashen Maw is the grandest and most accessible of the peaks. It is the sharpest tooth in Magrin's jaw. Prepare yourself for a fight.
I will, Highness.
If you make preparations in Nekataka, I say we can help each other.
She sits up straighter and regards you with a level expression.
I must keep the city's peace, and I have only so many arms and eyes. While the dead fire screams, I would see Nekataka outlast the storm to come.
What do you need from me?
What I need is a lasting peace that will outlive my dynasty. But I will accept peace of mind for now. What do you know of my water shapers, Herald of Bareth?
I know they gave excuse me, I know they gave Rautai no end of troubles in their early advance.
Akira, if you recall history, then you know why I am protective over the guild. My water shapers are the levy holding back Rauatai's advance. An adept standing at the prow of a war canoe is enough to send the fleet scrambling for the shallows.
She eases back, languid and satisfied.
Don't get too cozy, Highness. That false sense of security will get you into trouble.
Maya crosses her arms.
Akira, I would not want your employers to think me easy prey.
Onikaza purses her lips at Maya.
This reminds me. I owe the Hazanui a basket of koiki in remembrance of the Battle of Nekaro Atoll.
She snaps her fingers and nods to an attendant who scurries off. Poking the hornet's nest?
That is Aruihi's job, but Akira, there is a side of diplomacy which I enjoy.
She winks.
While the problems of Aethys and overindulgent admirals plague these waters, I have summoned the masters of water shaping to Nekataka.
Pit your strongest water wizards against their weight in iron and black powder, Highness. We can end this quickly.
Akira, and how long will this contest last in open water?
Onikaza tuts at Maya before shifting her focus back to Swell.
Now would be the time to confer with Guildmaster Myru, but she does not answer my summons.
She looks out onto her city, her hand squeezing down on her armrest. Do you think something is wrong?
It is too early to grow a forest from this coconut, but I would not dispatch you if I felt at ease. The guild can suffer no setbacks. If Myru shirks her duties, her queen would know the reason.
She stares off into the distance and sighs, her gaze unfixed.
Nagati, do not abandon us now.
She turns her gaze back to Swell and flinches. That was not a thought she intended to share. Ooh, but also more levels. Hell yeah. I like levels. Levels good. Numbers go up. Happy ghost. Another 10k, yeah, like, I'll take it. I'm not gonna turn down experience points. Alright, no new spells for Aloth, but he is getting some extra fire penetration. More DPS, tentatively. More sneaky sneak for our ranger. And... revives companion with 50% health and they gain 20%. Her companion doesn't really die often enough for me to want to dump a bunch of resources into the revive for it. think we might go with Marked Prey. Yeah. Alright. I know the ranger abilities feel a little bit kind of meh to me so far. Alright, and rapid casting for Gold Leaf as well. Well, that was relatively painless, I think. Okay. And then we were supposed to see that other dude at the Brass Citadel. They stood true to Rangers, them being met and nobody picking them. Oh, poor Rangers. If Brendan were here, he'd be upset. Hello, stray cat. I'm taking you. Yoink. Chrissy. More effective with healing spells and potions, and your parties gain health when they kill enemies. Interesting. Okay, well this isn't what I was hoping it would be. I was hoping it was going to let me fast travel back to town, but no. Instead we get to go through half a dozen load screens. Vampiric aura, yeah. It's like the cat's evil or something. I don't know. Tried doing keto, but it was fruitless. Oh. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Bad. Bad. Good lord. Some vampire child is going to be sad I stole their pet. Well, they shouldn't have left it unattended around adventures. What even is this party order? Oh my god.
Great and terrible things are at work. And once again, you seem to be in the middle of it.
Loth is twisting the edge of his sash between his hands, a purposeful frown on his face.
The Rawatayans we passed will doubtless spread word of what you've done in Hasongo. But others will want to know what you've seen. They'll look to you for answers.
I have to report truthfully.
You make it sound so simple.
He spreads his hands in exasperation, and Maya cocks her head and listens.
Don't you worry what will come next? What events you might move forward?
If I thought about it much, I'd never do anything. What is this really about, Olaf? He sighs through his nose, his lips pressed together.
It reminds me of the question that drew me to the Deadfire. The one I've been avoiding.
He rubs the back of his neck.
I promised to tell you what I was doing among the Animancers at Port Marge. As you may have guessed, I was observing them, gathering information on the various Animancy operations in the region.
And what was that for?
Animancy is a subject of particular interest to the Leaden Key. Through it, I hope to pick up the trail.
And then?
That's where it gets complicated.
He purses his lips.
After that incident in Old Valia, I thought more about the Leaden Key and its particular composition.
Go on.
It's existed for over 2,000 years. Say what you will about its motives and methods, but that's an impressive tenure.
He clasps his hands behind his back and begins pacing.
I hope you got a while, because I got lots to say about their motives and methods. Relax, Adair. I'm not defending them.
He turns back to Swell.
That's when I realized how short-sighted I'd been. To think I could undo the Leaden Key without understanding how it works. I found references to an ancient Leaden Key cabal in the Deadfire. Possibly one of the oldest, if accounts are credible. and they appear to have been working independently, without direct intervention from Theos, for almost 2 millennia.
He watches Swell eagerly, waiting for that to sink in. And how do we find them?
There's the challenge.
He stops pacing.
Most sources refer to them as the Painted Masks. But I haven't met anyone here who knows that name. I don't know where in the Deadfire they are exactly, but I was hoping we could look for them together.
I'll help as best I can.
That's all I ask.
We're getting all of our companion quests now.
A weird look. What did he do?
I'm not giving him a weird look. He's giving me a weird look.
Okay.
Of course.
Let's see if the goodie shop over here is open.
Gemstones of all kinds.
Oh, alas, nothing new. Can we sell some stuff though? Yes. Empty out ye oldie inventory. I should keel haul them. I don't know. See, the problem with that is then I have to peel them off of the boat afterwards, and it's just a process. $34K, we can afford a new boat. High action gameplay. We might look into that. We will probably look into that. All right, so now that dude said he was in like the Brass something or other. The Brass Citadel, okay. But first, do we buy the Dhow? Do we buy a bigger boat? Do we finally do it? Do we upgrade? It's like markedly better than what we have. It's just a slow turn by comparison. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna spend all of our money on a new boat. Will you ever use a bigger boat? Well, it would give me the ability to actually fight other boats. That's my hope. Because like right now our boat is small and weak, whereas if we get something bigger, we might be able to actually combat things. I bought a bigger boat. So how does this, how do set active ship? I want this guy. Oh wait, we can have like multiple. Wait, what? So I could have like multiple ships if I wanted to, I guess. Can I just like, okay, we can quickly unequip stuff here. All right. Oh yeah, this thing's got more cannons. Oh yes. Exactly. Sid Meier's Pirates. All right. Yeah, and this thing is like markedly tougher than our other ship. Okay, now we gotta crew the fucking thing. It'd be nice if you, like, when you hovered over things, if it would tell you which of your crew members can do them. Okay, there's our helmsman, because he's trained. Deckhand. I think that's what these all are, yes. Cannoneer. Deckhand. I think we might need to actually hire some more people here. Cannoneer. Surgeon, I think is this one. Is that surgeon? Yes. Hey, Jerry. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I have to shout you out now. I think that's right. There we go. Jerry Queen's a sweetheart. Go watch them. They play a little bit of everything. If you dig on like Contra, a little bit of Grand Theft Auto and stuff in there. Very chill streamer. You guys know the kind of streamers that I recommend. They're chill. They're good people. Highly recommended. Do I have... I do not have like a tier 2 navigator. The old... Yeah, like Grand Theft Auto 4, I think was the last one I saw them playing. Okay, so we need... We have navigators, but they just kind of suck. I think Ikwick is actually near leveling. Almost top 40 in Contra 3. Holy shit! I knew you were good at Contra 3. I didn't know you were that good at Contra 3, Jerry. Damn. So there you go, guys. We got speedrunning strats over here. Jerry doesn't half-ass that stuff. On speedruns.com, I mean, that's the one. Hell yeah. Okay, seasoned cannoneer hiring. Oh, it auto-signed her, nice. Okay, so we need a deckhand. And... oh no, that's navigator, shit. Navigator, what is this then? Ah, bosun. Stuck at 17. That blows my mind, though, that you can get through that game in 17 minutes. Holy shit. I gotta catch one of your Contra streams. Like, people that those games are so chaotic. Even, like, the Nintendo one stresses the hell out of me. And then the later ones... God, which one is it? I think it's Hardcore. That one is... like, that game just seems mean. Just crazy, crazy stuff. Like I said, it's impressive as hell to me that y'all can just chew on these games and you're just chill throughout all of it. Wait, do I even have a bosun? I don't think I do. No, and it didn't look like there's any... No, there's no bosuns for hire either. That's a problem. Never played it much before last year. I can't remember... I was watching somebody play it, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago. It might have been Lobat, I don't know. But, like, I would never be able to get anywhere in it. Just absolute chaos. And, I mean, respect, but, yeah, no, that's a bit beyond me. Now we have to color our boat. We are, of course, going to make everything black because that's the most edgy thing to do. Alright. Can I save here? No. Save. That way I don't have to do that again. There's a glitch in the beginning of that one to finish it in a couple minutes. Ah, that's no fun! You gotta play through the whole thing. You gotta suffer. Oh, you can't just be skipping it. No, no, no. But I suppose, like, for the any percent speed runs, that'll do it. Okay, so now I think we want to go to the gullet. We just gotta unlock all the places we can go to in town here. Need future told? Dark cupboard has fortune box. What? Where's the dark cupboard? I want to see this. The dark cupboard. Oh no, we've been distracted. When am I doing my glitchless speedrun of fucking Gates Fate of Dawn? Oh no. Fate is one of those games that... No. We might do a stream of Fate one of these days just to show it off. Even if I did like a playthrough of it. Even if I did a playthrough of it, just I don't know. No. I don't think I'd have a patience for it.
Stonehill is going to kill me.
Don't drag me into your mess, Bertenno. Not again.
Then you leave me no choice. I'm sorry.
Hey, come back with that. Madiko!
Okay.
That flaccid Batso.
The young wizard clutches the countertop, looking as if she's either going to vault over it or snap it in half.
You had none of that, huh?
The imp mutters to himself in a dark, guttural tone.
That's what I thought. What am I going to do? Think, Fascina.
She grabs a fistful of her hair and sighs. Still waiting on Yendorian Tales 2 and 3. I want to play those so bad. I just have not gotten around to it. I could like throw them on after, God, what am I playing? I can do that like after Legend of Grimrock, I suppose. That would be good to stick with like the dungeon crawlers. What was that all about?
My postenago of a lover stole Rokawa's fingers. The master will kill me if I don't get them back. He must have wanted to raise some fast coin. Arkemir will flay me alive over those damned gloves.
Strange that the constructs didn't attack him for stealing.
Is it strange? I don't know. Go consult Arkemir's grimoire if you're that curious.
What aren't you telling me?
Not that it's any of your business, but Bertenno used to spend a lot of late nights here.
She coughs into her fist and avoids eye contact. Ah, they were fucking.
I got into the construct's guts and marked off Bertenno as a safe visitor so they would not attack him. And before you ask, no, I will never do this again.
If you can get me inside of Arkemir's manor, I'll get your gloves back.
I cannot tell if you're stupid or very, very stupid.
She shakes her head slowly, weighing the matter.
Bring me the gloves and I'll give you the key to the front door. And we never had this discussion. Deal?
Deal.
I do not know where Bertenno fences his goods, but he mentioned an appointment at the Bra Citadel docks.
So she fucked up literally exactly.
He mentioned that he owes money to a Raotayan captain named Hamuto Stonehill. Not someone to cross, I hear.
Alright, what's for sale? Thieves' Putty. Yurnov's Careful Calamities. Alright, anything else? Oh yeah. Sasha's Singing Scimitar, Ring of Focused Flame, plus 10 accuracy with fire. It was made for a Loth. It was made for the fire-throwing wizard. Son of a bitch. And we blew all of our money on a boat. I could buy this, but I want to save some money because we need to pay our crew, and we also need to hire more crew. Plus 5 defense against spells and spell cache. Summons a random scroll into an empty quick slot at the start of combat. The scroll disappears when combat ends. That's really neat. That's like a cool little item. Lathandria's Devotion, a medium shield. Negative 15% critical hit damage. That's interesting. Superb quality. Nearby allies recover health over time. It's just an aura, apparently. Yeah, but it's 1 health per 6 seconds, so that's like nothing. Interesting, though. Very interesting. Paying your crew, what are we good people? Well, I don't want to get my, like, throat slit in the middle of the night, so no. You know how it goes. Lengrath's Martial Masteries. Yeah, this is for the wizard that wants to be a fighter. No, absolutely not. Gwyn's Bridal Garter. What? Huh. Interesting, but no. Weightless Grimoire. Okay, this is just like speed and mobility buffs. Spark and Flame. Yeah, this is the Fuego. What about the Dusty Black Grimoire? What is that? Necromancy shit? Yeah. Grimoire of Vaporous Wizardry. Damage causes an interrupt. Grants extra spell casts. Wait, what? So, like, if your damage causes an interrupt, it grants you extra spells. That's pretty good. It's also very expensive. Interesting. A Grimoire with, like, additional effects on it. Huh. I would probably actually like to grab that for a Walt at some point. Project X, the Omega Shmup, is now on Steam. Oh, damn. Nice. It is nice seeing, like, all the old games getting newer ports and stuff. Yeah, extra spells definitely sounds like a good thing, because it seems like wizard spells you basically cap at, like, 2. You get 2 of each level, and they recharge after every fight, yeah? But I don't know, sometimes I just want to throw 8 fireballs, and apparently that's just too much to ask. $20 is overkill. Yeah, that's kind of rough. Well, you know, you wishlist it and you wait for a sale. I'd love to see, like, Black Crypt get a proper PC port. Not have to fuss about with fucking WinUAE and all that shit. Yeah, we got the demo and that was it.
Business at the Brass Citadel.
I met Hazanui Karu at the palace.
You're the Watcher. The one who nearly caused a riot in Queensbirth.
His mouth quirks into a grin.
The Grand Secretary Atsura wants to meet you. His office is on the lower level of Imperial Command. Up the stairs.
He points to the steps.
Once you're inside, go downstairs through the room on the right.
Alright. I'm not gonna remember that.
No Valian spy is
but
coming
okay.
through on my watch.
I'm a merchant. I've been...
You want to see our walls.
With sails unfurled and
Why does Yoronga carve his name into her?
Okay. I think I am going to go ahead and save. And we are going to go ahead and call it a stream here.